need to do a recap. The one thing that's for sure, you all saw something unexplainable, and you share some sort of bond. And I think, yeah, we'll ignore a recap.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
I've been fighting with Discord for the past 10 minutes. So pretty much when you said, "Oh, and for counting bullets, I missed the entirety of that." And I
Gotcha.
just came back in at the end of what you just said. Because Discord hates me.
Basically, on a fumble for firearms use, you could potentially run out of your like 100 rounds of ammunition at like a thematically appropriate time, rather than having to track all 100 rounds and how many you've used. You just track what's in the magazine, and you can kind of keep reloading until it seems like it's appropriate that you run out on a fumble.
Oh,
Based
that's
on
cool.
when
I like that.
Based on when I feel like you fumble and it feels appropriate at the keeper's discretion. Yeah. Which rather
Cool.
than it's a pulp roll and a yeah. So if you guys all three or feel like that's good, I think that's what we'll do. That's awesome. Well, in that case, then I think what we'll do is pick up in pitch black, and you hear soft, subtle jazz music playing, tones of Duke Ellington just in the background. Smoky jazz club, and we see in the back corner of this club, fedora off, sitting on the table, sketching or writing in his notebook is Jackson Elias. He's got his pipe in hand or in his mouth, a little glass of whiskey on the side. It's whatever's been distilled in some back room somewhere in Prohibition U.S. And he's writing in his journal, and we hear his inner monologue as he's writing. So many names, so many forms, but all the same, and toward one end. Shit. I need help. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. It's just too big. Too ghastly. See him put his hat on, down the rest of his whiskey, takes a long drag on his pipe, puts a couple bills down. You realize there are maybe 8 or 9 glasses on his empty table. Grabs his jacket, walks out in New York, and it's snowy roads, snowy sidewalks at night. And he continues talking as he's walking down these snowy side streets. And these dreams. I wonder if my dreams are like Carlyle's. They'll open the gate. Why? So the power and the danger is real after all. He stops and turns and looks over his shoulder, kind of concerned. And all this is kind of shot from behind him. We're not really getting a good, clear look at his face. They're coming for me. I know it now. I know too much. Will the ocean between us protect me? That I don't know. You see him now in a hotel room. He's got his jacket off again, his hat off, writing again in his notebook, sitting at the desk. Ho ho, no quitters now. I must tell him what I know and make my readers believe. Or perhaps I should keep it to myself, scream for him. No. Let's scream together. And we hear bang, bang, bang on the door. And finally we see him turn around, see his face, eyes bloodshot, fear in his eyes. The screen cuts to black, and we just see masks of Nyarlathotep across the screen. The music changes. and we get a much more upbeat Duke Ellington tune as we see ships coming in. We see Fee getting off the boat. We see Yang getting off the boat. We see Shazad behind the wheel of a lovely 1920s automobile driving down the very snowy streets of New York City. And in daytime, you know, besides the snow, New York City is there's no the skyline's a lot different in the 1920s. The buildings aren't quite as tall, but it's hustling and bustling. And there's action everywhere. And Shazad, where is everyone supposed to be meeting up? Where have you found a home for everybody? There's the Waldorf Astoria. If you're going to be breaking out the big bucks, that's probably the fanciest hotel at the time. But there are cheaper alternatives. It depends on how much cash you're willing to spend.
I mean, I'm happy to see these guys again.
I guess I can let the jazz music
Yeah.
keep playing in the background, nice and low. Yeah,
Uh, but unfortunately, I still don't want to break the bank. So
yeah.
maybe not the most expensive, but a very, very comfortable one.
Okay, yeah. Let's take a look.
And we'll be set to meet at a restaurant near the the hotel.
Yeah. Good thing. Yeah. So if you're not going to stay at the Waldorf Astoria, like I said, that's probably the at the time the what's going to be demolished to make way for the Empire State Building. That's the like one of the fancy ones or one of the fanciest ones.
Mm-hmm.
The Plaza is also pretty famous, pretty expensive, but pretty good. The Algonquin is pretty good as well. Uh, the Roosevelt Hotel is more newly opened, pretty good.
They'll probably do the Roosevelt Hotel.
Okay, yeah, that's on
Yeah.
Madison Avenue and 45th Street. There you go.
All right.
Excellent. Okay, yeah, you guys meet up at a restaurant, and we are January 5th. Three of you. I think, as I told Alex kind of ahead of time, you guys, I think, were probably communicating by telegram on your various travels, guessing that you'd all gotten that telegram from Jackson. And yeah, you meet up. You got dragging bags in, but you got your meal. You get a meal. And I mean, the Roosevelt probably has a restaurant in the hotel if you want to get a meal there as well. Good restaurant.
Yeah. Something like that.
Awesome. Sit down. Yeah. Who do you think walks in first? I guess if you booked it, probably you, Shazad, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would be sitting. I would like. I don't expect them all to get in on the exact same day, so like
Mhm.
there would be like a note left with the room being like, I'll be at the diner or the restaurant every day from this time to this time. Meet me with when you get here.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. I think by fate, they both manage to arrive there on the 5th,
okay.
and yeah, and they get there, maybe 20, 30, maybe 20 minutes apart or so. But Fee probably arrives next with that lowest luck roll at 2, pulling into walking into the doors of the hotel. Uh, a maitre d or a bellhop, I guess not a maitre d, a bellhop, comes in, gets your bags. There's already a room booked for you. He's like, oh, please let me get your name. Take your bags. I'll take them up to your room. There's um, Mr. Ganyev is waiting for you at the hotel bar.
Oh, thank you. I hand my bags over and walk to the bar very elegantly.
There you go. Yeah, you see Shazad sitting there waiting. a couple years older, but pretty good. Yeah, pretty much the same.
I will walk over, sit next to him, and just pat him on the shoulder. How you doing?
I'm not doing too bad. How are you? How are your travels?
Oh, good. I got to go back to Africa. That was fun.
Oh, that's
Spend
nice.
time with the family. It was great.
Yeah. Did you get my postcards?
I have them all tied together in a box.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Not long after you guys start chatting, getting drinks, see Yang pulling up, walking to the door, get a similar greeting from the bellhop. His bags getting taken away, dragged upstairs, shown over to the bar, and sure enough, there he is.
Hey, fellas. Long time no see.
Hey, Yang.
Hello. How's the family?
Oh, doing well. Daughter's getting to be a big girl now.
Mine too. It's crazy how much time flies.
Yeah. Have you gotten my postcards?
I have, yes.
Yeah.
They were something to keep me busy. I was in bed recovering for quite a while after our last adventure.
Yeah. Well, I think we're just waiting on one more?
Yeah, I think you probably got a note from him. He's going to be coming in like probably a couple days later, maybe like close to like a week later. Robert, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Robert won't be here for about a week, so did anybody else hear anything else?
I have not. I'm
No, no.
curious to
Okay.
find out what this is all about. If we're all together, I think I have some sort of idea.
Courtney, I also think I didn't tell you earlier, but you might need to turn your soundscape volume down.
Oh, in case it blasts my eardrums out. Got it.
Yes. Now I'm about to switch over to some. Yeah. Yes. There you go. Yeah. So yeah, and yeah, you guys eating dinner and lovely dinner, lovely dining halls at the Roosevelt. So what's the plan for your really week and a half, your 10 days until you're supposed to meet with Jackson?
Either of you been to New York before?
I was here last year.
Uh, no, I've stayed mostly in Asia and Europe. I've never been to America. I assume. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, I've never been to
Yeah.
America.
Probably not.
I'll take him out to see some of the sights.
Also, at some point, Yang would want to take them to. Well, no, I was gonna say Little China. There was no Little China in 1920s New York.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, cool. Will you also give me int checks? Double check. Should be int, but I think so. We'll go with int.
All of us?
Yes. Actually, education checks. EDU. No, it's int. Sorry, I lied. I went back and forth. It's an idea roll, or no roll rather than an idea roll.
Aw.
Yes. So as you're talking to, talking about seeing the sights, things like that. The other thing that kind of comes to mind is Yeah, I do. Is in Jackson's telegram, he referenced some body or some group of people that I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with. Let's see.
Carlisle
Pull that.
expedition.
Indeed. So that might be another thing to look into would be the Carlisle expedition.
I mean, yeah, we can go to the library a day or two. I mean, we have what 10 days before the meeting, so
Yeah, you got plenty of time.
I mean, we could dedicate probably the 12th, 13th, and 14th just straight to that. Relax a little bit, and have some fun, and then get to the reason that we're here.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, I think you guys, get breakfast or get dinner. Maybe even depends. I don't know how tired everyone is. Does everyone have an early night, kind of rest, plan to start doing things in the morning? You guys going out that first night? It's totally your call.
After being on a boat for God knows how long, Yang's happy to have a bed that doesn't move up and down all night.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense.
We'll meet up at some point in the morning. Go get some sleep. You've been traveling.
I'll not argue that.
Sounds good. I am tired.
Excellent. Yeah. So yeah, you guys, I'll go in. I'll go to bed, get some sleep, rest up, and yeah, next morning, go out, start seeing the sights. And it's Tuesday the 6th. Yeah. Start taking in. And yeah. And New York's cool. New York is definitely bustling, like I said. It is a it, like I said, January, it's cold. It's very snowy, but there is lots to do. Even during the day, there's just tons of things to do. So you guys are just going out, hitting Central Park, seeing just about everything you could possibly want to see. And when the afternoon kind of turns to evening, I mean, it's prohibition, right? So uh, you're doing all the like fun stuff during the day. The evening turns, and Shazad, having spent quite a bit of time in New York, I think you're familiar with all the clubs and speakeasies, the best places to go. I imagine you probably know one of the kind of happiest places in town right now is the Cotton Club, which is in Harlem. And Harlem is definitely like a hip place to be right now. That's where a lot of the bands play. That's where a lot of the best clubs are right now. And the Cotton Club is one of the best in town. And their manager is none other than the former world heavyweight champion of the world, Jack Johnson.
Ooh.
Not the musician, but the boxer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's up to you guys. I mean, you guys can all hear some music, get a drink, do your thing. Yeah.
Have a little alcohol too.
Yeah. Absolutely. Got good beer. Good
Huh.
bathtub gin. Good Canadian whiskey. Brought in on a boat, smuggled in. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, so yeah, is that your plan for? Ooh, no. Yeah. That's your plan for the first couple days. The other thing I think you see probably that first. Six, seven. That's the 6th. Is yeah, that's the 6th. What else do you want to do? I'm going into Wednesday, the 7th. Anything else in particular you guys want to see? Oh, there's both of them. That's why it sounds so weird. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Not specifically.
Okay.
Guess we could go see a Broadway show.
Yes. Let's. I would love to.
Yeah, Henry, what's on Broadway in January 6th, or, yeah, 6th, 1925?
I feel like I had that. I feel like I did have that split listed somewhere, but
Would it be vaudeville acts instead of Broadway acts at this point? Because I know vaudeville was like the
they're both
10s
for
and
sure.
20s.
Um, yeah.
There
The Broadway
was
musical, Old
the
Fashioned
Al
Girl by
Johnson
Nancy Anderson.
stage show Big Boy. Oh no, that was at the Winter Garden Theater. Additionally, the movie The Lights of Old Broadway was released.
Wait a second. Broadway opened in 1925.
There you go.
Can we go to the opening?
I mean, technically, it opened in May.
Yeah,
it.
So no.
Dang it.
no, we're not.
There are there are other places to go for sure. There are other playhouses. There are other shows, places with shows. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, catch play. You guys can do other things too, like if you want to see a show in the evening, because that's going to be like more of an evening thing. If you're trying to do, you talked about doing research later on, like 11th, 12th, 13th. You can research takes. You can dedicate like a morning to doing research. So if you guys want to do a morning, you can do morning to seeing sites. You can do morning to go into the library to look up stuff. You can do a morning to um, doing research on other things. Like if you have those sorts of thoughts, those are also things you could be doing. Sort of anything you feel like. Yeah. Yeah. There's also a big fight coming up on Friday the 9th at the. It's a big boxing match coming up. Friday the 9th
I mean,
at.
did we want to go see a boxing match?
Yes, please.
I'm up to
That's
see a good.
that's not for a couple days.
Yeah. So can we
So
pencil
devote
that
our
in our?
mornings devote our
Yeah.
mornings to research and our evenings to fun.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
It's at some casino. Where is? I'm trying to think about things I remember seeing. Boxing fight. I know it was on the 9th. Where is Playhouse? But I mean, yeah, in the evenings, like I said, the evenings is really when New York comes alive because that's when a lot of the music, a lot of the dancing, a lot of the clubs. That's when a lot of the action is going on. People are working during the day, and then yeah, a lot of the stuff is going on in the evenings. What are you guys going to look at? Say morning of the 7th, or now into the 7th, Wednesday.
I mean, since we're researching, I'll probably research more on this expedition because I am curious about it.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
any specifics I could try to find.
Shazad will be doing probably the same, looking for any other books that might be there about the Carlisle expedition.
Excellent.
I guess if they're both looking for that, I don't necessarily need to. Um, I wonder if I can find any sources related to my 2 special books I have.
Okay. Yeah. Will y'all give me library use checks? Some of the best places. I mean, you guys are probably going to the easiest place right now. The most immediate place is going to be the New York Public Library. I imagine Shazad probably has a
Uh,
membership
yeah,
there.
yeah.
And yeah, I mean, yeah. It's open 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Save Sundays when it opens at 1 p.m. Oh, Shazad. You want to spend 7 lucky of your 11? Don't have to. It's just that's all. It's all the remainder of your luck. Okay. Yeah, Shazad. Fee's like searching through, looking for actually, you Shazad, you said you were looking for books specifically, didn't you?
Yeah. Start off with finding books. That way we can have a list of what to go through next.
Mm-hmm.
Well, will we find anything about a recent expedition in books though?
Yeah, I think with that's an extreme success, right? Yeah, I mean a 3. It's got to be.
Yeah.
I think with an extreme success, you see that like because this is the morning. Um, you see that Thieves like not really finding anything, and yeah, you come over and maybe even Yang is like, are we gonna find anything about like a recent expedition in books? And you're like, maybe not. And so you go over and you start looking through newspapers, and people start like pulling them out of Thieves' hand, um, and you find quite a few things. So why don't I start dropping them in one at a time here? We'll go like this. Delete that. We get some maps of Harlem. Oops, is that visible? Is that Harlem map visible? Or is it invisible? I can tell. Okay, cool. And then place some tiles. So we will
Oh, I'm the only one on the calendar. There we go.
start going through. Man, okay. So you come back at a table toward the end of the afternoon, and you put down like a bunch of old newspaper clippings, or a bunch of old newspapers, because you found quite a few newspaper clippings. I mean, they're all in like a pile over there, but those are impossible to read. So I'm just going to give you the actual newspaper ones so you can read them. It's just going to take a second to start. I'm gonna kind of put him up, kind of around so that. Do you want to read me that first one, Shazad? The Big Apple Dateline.
Roger Carlyle, the playboy whom everybody knows, or knows about, is quietly leaving New York tomorrow to check out the tombs of Egypt. New York? Okay. We've seen the. You've seen the cuties Roger has found in the night spots. Who can doubt he'll dig up someone or something equally fabulous in the Egyptian sands?
Awesome. And then, sorry about the like aspect ratio on these. It's kind of funky. Yang, do you want to hit me with that second one?
Okay. Carlisle departs Egypt. Cairo AP. Sir Aubrey Penhew, temporary spokesman for the Carlisle expedition, indicated Thursday that the leaders are taking ship to East Africa for a well-earned rest. Sir Aubrey debunked rumors that the expedition had discovered clues to the legendary wealth of the lost mines of King Solomon, maintaining that the party was going on a safari in respite from our sandy labors. Roger Carlyle, wealthy New York leader of the expedition, was unable for comment, still suffering from his recent sunstroke. Discussing that unfortunate incident, local experts declared Egypt entirely too hot for Anglo-Saxons at this time of year, and suggested that the young American had not been well served by his democratic enthusiasm, rumored to have led him to personally wield pick and shovel.
Do you want to give me that fourth one? Sorry, I'm also.
The how do you move the screen again? Because it's like oh wait, I could just do this. Never mind. Okay, the Carlisle expedition embarks for London. That one.
Yeah,
Yes.
that works. Yeah.
Okay. Led by the fabulously wealthy playboy Roger Carlyle, the Carlisle expedition departs this morning for Southampton aboard the British steamship Imperial Standard. Contrary to early reports, the expedition will perform researches in London under the auspices of the Penhew Foundation before continuing to Egypt next month. Readers may recall the enormous party which Mr. Carlyle, now 24, gave at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel upon reaching his majority. Since then, scandals and indelicate behavior have become Carlyle's trademark, but he has never become tarnished in the eyes of Manhattanites. Members of the expedition have been reluctant to reveal their purpose in Egypt. Other expedition members. Renowned Egyptologist Sir Aubrey Penhew is assistant leader of the team and in charge of excavations. Dr. Robert Hudson, a fashionable Freudian psychologist, accompanies the expedition to peruse parallel researches into ancient pictographs. Miss Hypatia Masters, Hypatia, however you say her name, linked in the past to Carlisle, will act as photographer and archivist. Mr. Jack Brady, intimate to Mr. Carlisle, okay, accompanies the group as general factotum. Additional members may be secured while in London. Interesting.
And then I did the old started writing in bubble text way too big, so I will do Carlisle Expedition Feared Lost. It's out of order now. It's right up here. Mombasa, Reuters. Uplands police representatives today asked for police assistance concerning the possible disappearance of the Carlisle expedition. No word of the party has been received in nearly 2 months. The group includes wealthy playboy Roger Carlyle and 4 other American citizens, as well as Egyptologist Sir Aubrey Penhew of the United Kingdom. The expedition left Nairobi on August 3rd, ostensibly on African safari, or safari, there's no African there, but rumor insisted that they actually were after legendary biblical treasures. Carlyle and his party reportedly intended to explore portions of the Great Rift Valley to the northwest of Nairobi. Then we have Carlisle Massacre Confirmed, which is over here. And I think that would be Old Shazad.
Nairobi, Reuters. The massacre of the long-missing Carlisle expedition was confirmed today by district police representatives. Roger Carlyle, New York's rollicking playboy, is counted among the dead. Authorities blame hostile Nandi tribesmen for the shocking murders. Remains of at least 2 dozen expedition members and bearers are thought found in a remote region of the Aberdare Forest. Uh, Erica Carlyle, Roger Carlyle's sister and apparent heiress to the Carlyle family fortune, led the dangerous search for her brother and his party. She credited Kikyu tribesmen for the discovery, though police actually found the site. Among other expedition members believed lost are Sir Aubrey Penhew, noted Egyptologist, New York socialite Hypatia Masters, and Dr. Robert Huston. Many bearers are also reported dead.
They're slightly out of order just because, finding a bunch of old newspaper articles, you don't always get them in the right order. Let's go important visitors for Yang.
Okay, Mombasa, Reuters. Leading members of an American archaeological expedition arrived here on a holiday from digs in Egypt's Nile Valley. Our Undersecretary, Mr. Royston Woodington, held a welcoming dinner for them at Collingwood's house, where the wit of Sir Aubrey Penhew, expedition co-leader, was much in evidence. Accompanying Sir Aubrey are the youthful financier Roger Carlyle and medical doctor Robert Huston, as well as socialite Miss Hypatia Masters. The party leaves inland today for Nairobi and hunting.
Correct. And then do you want to give me Erica Carlisle arrives in Africa?
Sure. Mombasa. In response to clues, Miss Erica Carlisle, sister to the American leader of the lost Carlisle expedition, arrived in port today aboard the Egyptian vessel Fount of Life. Several Kyuku villager reports recently have been received concerning the putative massacre of unnamed whites near the Aberdare forest. Miss Carlyle declared her intention to find her brother regardless of the effort needed. She brought with her the nucleus of a large expedition, detailing agents to coordinate supply and other activities with colony representatives. Miss Carlyle and the remainder of her party depart for Nairobi tomorrow. Her companion, Miss Victoria Post, indirectly emphasized Miss Carlyle's purposefulness by recounting the rigors of the voyage.
Awesome. And then the murderers hanged. Nairobi, Reuters. 5 Nandi tribesmen, convicted ringleaders of the vicious Carlisle Expedition massacre, were executed this morning after a short, expertly conducted trial. To the end, the tribesmen steadfastly refused to reveal why they had slaughtered Mr. Carlisle and his companions. Mr. Harvest, acting for the colony, cleverly implied throughout the trial that the massacre was racial in motivation, and that the fair-skinned victims were subject to the most savage treatment, preventing all but the most preliminary identification of the remains. Miss Carlisle, defeated in her efforts to rescue her brother, left several weeks ago, but is surely comforted now by the triumph of justice. God bless the Queen. And the last one is champion boxer to join Carlisle expedition, and there's 2 there. So Shazad and Yang. Yeah, Shazad on the left.
V. Torelli, February 21st, 1919. Adding extra punch to the society and academic power already headlining the soon-to-embark Carlisle expedition, Jack Johnson is joining the group. The controversial former heavyweight champion of the world has recently returned from overseas and has signed on to provide additional security and interest to head the expedition. The expedition will head from New York this spring, bound for Cairo and the Great Pyramids. It is funded by millionaire playboy Roger Carlyle and under the direction of noted Egyptologist Sir Aubrey Penhew. You can bet this group will be the most photographed expedition ever.
Yang, with Johnson abandons expedition plans.
V. Torelli, March 28th, 1919. Heavyweight champion Jack Johnson was absent from a publicity picture for the Carlisle expedition due to leave next week for England. Seems like Jack's appearance fee is just too much for millionaire Roger Carlyle. This reporter has learned that contract negotiations for Johnson's participation in the expedition broke down with some acrimony. Word is out though about a new club Jack has planned for Harlem. Club Deluxe will be opening next year when the lush renovations are complete. Hey, we ate there.
We did.
All right. That is your big info dump. I mean, there are you obviously have a ton of more people that you could potentially look into, but that's like your overall. You now know about the Carlisle expedition. Out of order, but that's sort of how data collection clipping works, right? Like unless you're employing a clipping agency, which is a thing, especially in the 20s. But yeah, you guys have these. They're in Discord mostly. Oh, actually the Jack Johnson one isn't in the correct order, but they're mostly in the correct order. They're also in. So you guys can access those that way as well. Sorry about the like aspect ratios and things. It's all funky. But yeah, you have those handouts there, and you now know more about the Carlisle expedition. I'm going to. Do you want to leave these on Foundry, or is it easier to read them off of like Discord and the Google Drive and see our new landing page?
I like it better on Discord because I have forgotten how to move the page up and down.
Okay.
Right
I
click.
cannot get it to work.
Yeah, you right click and drag.
Oh. Still, it's easier on Discord.
How about you two? You other two. You want them on here for a little while longer, or?
I think they're good on Discord because I can blow them up and
Click
we
and
can
blow 'em
use
up.
the landing page for other things too.
Okay. There's also a map of New York and Harlem on there. The other things you guys should be able to do is your passports on here. You should be able to click on around where the pictures are, and not that it's like super useful, but it should blow up your character sheet. And then the clippings, clues, curiosities should blow up journal entries. Friends and foes should blow up a journal entry. And we can add things as we need. Yeah. Yeah. I imagine you guys get that information. You're eating lunch at one of New York's many lovely delis, and I will be right back, and we'll figure out what you guys want to do next, or what speakeasy you want to drink at tonight, or perhaps you want to go to the stage. Two of the best plays, possibly The Emperor Jones or All God's Chillin'. Oh, it's 1924. Yeah, it's 1925. You can see both of those. Pretty good ones. Yeah, I'll be right back. As your brains have melted from all the articles.
I'll be back too.
So, I'm going, if you're here, Alex.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I'm going to Jungle Gyms tomorrow. Do you or your sisters want anything?
I will ask.
Yeah, I figured I could mention it now before I forget.
Possibly turtle chips.
Oh, if they have any, okay. Because it's very hit or miss there for turtle chips.
Yeah, Beth is just kind of like Cadbury chocolate.
Which kind of chocolate? Because you know they have
Yeah, but
several.
the entire section.
Okay, I'm not getting her one of each, but is there like any specific one she likes over the others?
the regular milk chocolate and the caramel.
Okay, let me write that down. Regular and caramel Cadbury. Okay. Is that it?
There's gonna be one more thing underneath that Cadbury thing.
Okay. Hit me.
It's that Cadbury spread that I really, really, really love.
Oh, that. Okay.
Yes.
Cadbury spread. Okay. Alrighty,
I
it's
keep
on my
All right.
list.
Cadbury chocolate eggs right now.
Oh no, I'm going to Jungle Gyms, and British people have Cadbury chocolate, which is like superior to Hershey's in almost every single way, and they
Yes.
have so much good stuff. Oh, I haven't tried the spread. The spread sounds good, but I'm gonna like invade that Cadbury chocolate section and buy like so much stuff. And then I went through a Japanese shopping company to get some lucky pulls on something, and I keep buying stuff. And yesterday they went to a Japanese grocery store, and people went apeshit crazy for literally all the food in the store. So I bought like teas, chips, cakes, chocolate. I it was a lot, but it all looked tasty. So I'm excited to finally get this box whenever I decide to get it mailed, get all the goodies.
Yeah. And possibly some Spreckers.
Spreckers.
Yeah.
That sounds like
All right.
something you would hear in interdimensional cable.
Is it the root beer or the cream soda?
The cream soda.
It's Spreckers.
Spreckers cream. I will let the husband know since he will spend like 5 hours in the area where Spreckers actually is. Does she care if it's in a bottle or a can? I'm assuming she doesn't care.
I don't think she cares that much.
Okay. And I'll get her like a 6-pack or something.
Oh, it depends on permissions. Let me see. I just googled players create map notes. God damn, it's gonna freaking make me reload Foundry though. But oh well. Also, that is one of two. This is like letting you guys see behind the stream, which I'm always like hesitant to do. I don't know how you guys feel about that. So if you guys really hate when I do that, let me know and I won't do it anymore. Like show you behind the screens or behind the DM screen. Does that bother you guys when I do that?
No.
No.
I don't care.
Okay.
It kind of helps me
That was one
understand
of
what you go through, so.
okay. Well, just from the like looking long term, that this was one of two like moments in the campaign where there's like a massive like clue dump. Because it's like you have to go from knowing nothing to knowing a lot of things. Like and it tracks, like it makes sense for things to like progress, and there are ways for you to do it. But like so it's not like every time you guys get clues you're going to get 18 of them. And then or however many that was, 9 or whatever. that happens like twice throughout this campaign, and you've just experienced one of them, and you're not supposed to understand everything you've just read, and both times you're not like it's not always supposed to make sense, but you're like you will want to like you will want to look at those things and like try to understand it, um and make connections and just see where your mind goes. But also if like things seem disjointed and disconnected, that's fine. um but also like make your own guesses and determinations because you guys are smart, and I think you guys will get things more than you think. That's my TED talk. But also, yeah, when you guys get clues and things like that, most of the time it won't be like, oh god, here we go again. Here's 50 news articles that I have to read. That happens twice. That you have like a bunch of stuff, and usually it's not. The other time, it's not like a bunch of news articles. It's a bunch of other things. But that's like famous for that's one of the other things this campaign is famous for is here's a dump truck full of clues. And the campaign book also just wants me to normally just give that to you guys as we start the session, which I guess is fair, but I feel like it's more fun to just at least make a roll to get them. But yeah, so you guys have those articles. What do you want to do while I find out how to give you guys permissions to make map notes?
That was what, the 7th?
That was that you're like midday on the 7th. Yeah, you're maybe like little afternoon,
Okay.
lunchtime, sitting at a deli. Big butcher in a apron's giving you funny looks like, what do you want? Oops. Big permissions. Hey, create map notes. There we go. Sorry, you're all about to get kicked out, and then we'll let
Oh,
back in.
no.
No.
There you go. You're trusted players. Why could you not make them before? Should be able to. Anyway, should be
I
able to
haven't been.
now.
Okay, I haven't been kicked yet, so.
I haven't either. I'm just chilling.
Okay. Maybe it's just me. It's just me. It's just me. It kicks out and lets back in. Anyway, found it.
Okay.
You can make map notes. You should be able to make map notes on the calendar.
And how would we do that?
Your journal notes. Create map notes. It's like a little open book.
Nope.
God damn it.
I mean, I could try relogging, but.
Yeah. Yeah, because it says it says anybody. It says that everybody has permission to make them now. Yeah, I guess either you could try relogging and then under the notes, but I don't know. It's not a huge issue right now. It will be eventually. Not a huge issue, but it will be important. So yeah, you guys are sitting at this deli eating lunch. What do you want to do besides see some freaking plays, man?
Have you figured out which plays were there yet?
Yeah, there were a couple, but those are in Harlem. The Emperor Jones, Walcott's chilling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, vaudeville went to the early 1930s, so yeah, you could definitely see some vaudeville acts. That's fair. I'm just picturing the comedian from Boardwalk Empire. He just does my lady bits. I gotta tell ya, she's so dumb. And it's a thing. It's a bit. He's doing bits. She puts some makeup on backwards. Those are basically his bits. So Yang's passport was the easiest to make because I just found a Chinese passport. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna edit that. Can't.
No letters necessary.
Yeah. I can't. Yeah.
So pick the graphs up and move on.
Nope. I just put a picture on it and we're good. Slap a picture on a passport and call it a day. So nothing about the no conclusions about the expedition or nothing about that you guys need to talk about? Or are you reading through handouts the second time?
I mean, Jack Johnson was involved. Going back over to that club and seeing if we can get an audience with him. Might find out more that way than anything way else.
I mean, it didn't seem like they parted on very good terms, so who's to know that he won't also fly off the handle at us if we mention it? I still would like to ask about it, though.
Yeah, I'm not in a hurry to have a former heavyweight champion fly off at the handle, but I really think that he's going to have better information than anyone else.
Anything
I
about
mean,
the expeditions? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say. I think we should at least go and ask. It wouldn't hurt to ask. What is he gonna do? Say no?
Yeah.
Anything about the and yeah, I think those are good ideas. I was curious if there's anything about the expedition that strikes you guys as odd. Get the juices juicing.
Why are the papers trying to make it racially motivated?
Yeah. Let's see. And what was the plans for the expedition that made Johnson leave in the first place?
Yeah.
I'm also curious about. Because he had an interest and then just abandoned it. And I don't think money is the major thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm getting the vibes of, oh, this rich white man coming to, the dark continent to try to help out the blacks, and now the blacks are like, they killed him, and oh my god, the whites, it's so bad that the whites died, and then they, gave the blacks I don't know. It's very racially motivated. I don't like it. It's like a white savior complex coming to Africa, which I don't like either.
But you expect all those savages to do it?
Okay, I know Africa. They're not all savages.
There's they throw in the they throw in like the opposite thing too, where it's like this 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 fucking white boy like out here digging in Egypt. Like what's he doing? Getting a heat stroke is too is it's like I think the newspapers just like clown on him regardless throughout the whole thing as well. The parts of Egypt, like local experts declared Egypt entirely too hot for Anglo-Saxons at that time of the year and suggested the young the young American had not been well served by his democratic enthusiasm, rumored to have led to personally wield pick and shovel. Like it's fucking American. Like what's he doing out here digging in Egypt? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there definitely is like they just from what the newspapers are saying, they just grabbed a bunch of Kikuyu villagers, said they did it, and hung them. That's what it sort of sounds like.
The Nandi ones were the ones that were convicted.
The Nandi tribesmen, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, the Kikuyu ones were friendly.
Yeah.
The Dandy Nandies.
The Dandy Nandis. That's like what's her name? The Randy Scandy. Who does QI now? Cool. Okay. Yeah. And then Roger Carlyle, like he's just some New York playboy who went off on a globe-trotting expedition to dig up artifacts.
Don't think he was like the whatever that was leading our expedition, do we?
I mean, I'm trying not to draw parallels here, but it kind of seems like it. Also, why would they bring another just socialite? Why Hypatia?
Good question. So yeah, I mean, and those are things you could also research too. Is all of these people you could research all the expedition crew. Those are other things you could do in future mornings as you're going and looking at plays and hitting up clubs, seeing fights, seeing sights. Yeah. All right. So yeah, you guys can go see a play tonight.
Yeah. What play do we want to see? Did everybody forget?
Trying to remember. Well, the Lights on Broadway one, that was a movie and not a play. I think that you mentioned. What was it?
That I had found were the Emperor Jones and All God's Chillin'.
Not the God's Children one. That sounds weird.
Yeah, let's go with the Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
These are
Yeah, I'd like to
specifically
see David
plays
Spade.
written by Black people in Harlem. This is from the Harlem Unbound book, so it's like during the Harlem Renaissance. That's why it's All God's Chillin'. That was written by Eugene O'Neill, for the record. Yeah, they're very much antagonistic to a lot of plays at the time. There's a Chaosium put out a whole with Chris Spivey. I guess he's the guy who wrote it, but like they put out a book that was all about Harlem at the time, because a lot of this chapter takes place in Harlem. So I was like, oh shit, I'll use the Harlem book. Yeah, and the Emperor Jones. Yeah, you guys can see the Emperor Jones, as I suppose reliably told by this book. It is an exceptional play. I don't have a synopsis, but
Well,
So
that was one of the
it
plays
stars
of all time.
It stars Paul Robeson, whose talent and beautiful voice make him a star of both stage and in the future screen. And he will perhaps go on to enjoy a successful career for the rest of his life.
so if we're starting our story off in Harlem,
Mm-hmm. You guys are staying in Manhattan, which I guess Harlem is like North Manhattan. But yeah, you're in South Manhattan, heading up and hanging out in Harlem. Yeah.
then we're gonna go wandering around the world. So can we call ourselves the Harlem Globetrotters?
There it is.
Yeah, yeah.
It took
But
an hour.
only if it's the the cartoon Harlem Globetrotters from Scooby Doo.
Yes, I love that episode. Oh my god.
Yeah. Only if it's those ones. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Yeah, you guys go see this play. It's awesome. And like every time you go out, like I said, this year, I mean this era, it's like it's during the Great Migration. It is Harlem. Yeah, you're in the middle of the Harlem Renaissance. So there, the nightlife in Harlem, even during the week, is just like popping. Um, Everyone's going out dressed to the nines. They're wearing their not their Sunday best. They're wearing their every night's best. Um, Playhouses, the speakeasies, the clubs. For our campaign, everybody's going everywhere. So yeah, I mean it's the place to be. So yeah, you guys hit the playhouse up. I imagine you can't just go to a play and then go home. You got to go get a drink afterwards illegally, but still, why would you not? So yeah, you hit up one of those speakeasies after and sitting down, getting a drink, listening to some lovely music, people dancing, having a good time. It's not to like. Then yeah. So when you guys mentioned talking about going and seeing Jack Johnson, are you doing that? Then you're gonna do that like Thursday the 8th, or are you gonna do that? Try to do that tonight, the 7th, like late at night. What's the goal for that?
I think we wait till the 8th.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you guys have a good night the 7th, and wake up the 8th. Um, you want to go see him first thing in the morning, see him later on in the afternoon.
Do we want to go back to the library again and do more research?
I mean, is there any more we could find there? Is the thing.
You feel like you could do research on the expedition principals, like the people listed. You could start looking into them if you wanted to. Yeah.
Actually, could I? Let's see. They took an Egyptologist. Do I know this Egyptologist? I mean, I know I don't get around, but are they famous enough that I would have heard of them? Wait.
I'll give you an advantage for a library use role if you wanted to look into to Sir Aubrey Penhew for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Because yeah, I
what
would
you want
look
to
into
do.
him mostly because I am
Yeah.
curious about him.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'll do that real quick.
Go for it. And what's everyone else gonna look for?
Shazad's gonna look for Hypatia Masters.
Okay. Nice. 15. Yeah, B finds something. Yeah, I'll take a library use roll for Shazad. You guys can, if you're looking, so that's just to dig through archives. If you guys feel like, if you have thoughts on other specific things you want to look for, let me know. Otherwise, we'll just do general library use rolls. I'll let you know what you look for. But if you have something specific, I'll let you know if there's other potential things. But I'm not gonna
I think Yang would look around to see if there's any books that have crossover information about the ruins of Peru versus the ruins of Egypt. See if
Okay.
I can find any ties there.
Sure. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, give me that library use roll as well. It's a unique one. I like it.
Success.
Yeah. So we'll start with Fee. You find a book toward the end of the day. I get my book page. You find a book called Burke's Peerage. And I'm going to drop it on your character sheet. And it should be under gear. And so it takes you like the morning to find it. If you were going to read it, it might take you into the afternoon. It might take you a couple hours to read through it. So don't click the initial reading button yet until you take the time to actually read through it. But it is a book about the landed gentry of England, and Sir Aubrey Penhew is listed as the 5th Baronet of Pevensey. He is listed in that book as one of the people. So you could, take the time to read through. Actually, his entry in that book is not super long, so why don't you hit the initial reading on it for me? I think that's fine. It shouldn't be a check, so we'll just let you hit it.
Do I just where do I edit? It says trade, store, edit, and delete.
Try
I'm
double
in gear
clicking
and cache.
double clicking the double click the name.
Oh, click initial reading.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just gonna keep doing that. I can't get these books to just say I'm just gonna do it until it gets you the right number. There we go, 2. And then I'm gonna go in and then click your English roll because it shouldn't be a roll. It should just let you read it because it's not like a complex book. It was written.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it gives
you
me
go.
like everything. Oh, this is
So
interesting.
the format is super funky on this one, but you have all that information on him. You also,
Excellent.
looking through the listings, like trying to find other books about him, there is another book called Holding Infinity, which is a biography specifically of Sir Aubrey Penhew. It's not currently in the New York Library. But you think that the Columbia University Library has a copy. You would just need to go there, and probably a student would be able to get a copy. You, as not a student of Columbia University, would not be able to get a copy. Maybe you could convince a librarian to lend you a copy, but there is another book about this gentleman somewhere. The New York Public Library, its copy is like on loan. Someone checked it out. That's called Holding Infinity. But you got Burke's Peerage. You got that information about him. Shazad, you were looking up who again? Sorry.
I was looking up Hypatia.
Hypatia, awesome. Interesting choices all around. I like it, I like it. You find another book, which I think will take you the afternoon to read, because this is a longer book. So
All
it's
right.
up to you whether or not you guys want to just like take the afternoon to read your books, do your things. This book is called Masters of Corruption.
Okay.
Also in here.
Oh, we were going to have Masters of the Universe for a second there.
Masters of
It's all
Corruption.
spending the evening reading comics.
Then Go
But that's, so if you spend the afternoon reading it, you can click that initial, but that's only if you choose to spend that's at the end of spending the afternoon reading it.
I mean, yeah. I
Okay.
would probably spend the afternoon reading it, so.
Go for it. Yeah. Yeah, you just click it until you get it, and then once you get it, uncheck your
okay.
success. There it is. Just unclick
Uncheck.
the on your skills for English.
Okay. Yep.
Because it shouldn't be a. There's a way. I just need to find it to have you not have to make a check for those. And then yeah, you get that book about Hypatia Masters and her family. Those are specifically looking for books. There are probably other things out there. If you guys were to look for, like, you get a feeling like looking at news articles and things like that. She is a socialite. There are probably, articles and things out there. But you being the guy who likes books, you're like, I want a book. And Yang, kind of frustratingly, you're looking for connections, and it's the 20s. I don't think that the uh, Ancient Aliens crowd is fully formed yet for the like pyramids and like trying to make those connections. So you don't find a whole lot. And with a regular success in your library use check, you don't find a lot of connections between Peru and you're looking for Peru and Egypt, right? The connections there.
Yes.
You don't come across a lot of connections between Peru and Egypt. There's they both have pyramids, but there aren't a lot of books making like historical connections there. There's nothing in your research, and this isn't like I didn't find anything. This is like you looking through textbooks, looking through things. Like you spend the whole morning doing like your historical research. You've got a textbook on Peru. You're like doing this stuff, like learning more about these places, but you don't find those connections that yeah. There's nothing that jumped out to you as significant, unfortunately. But you got the success. So I mean, I think you already made a success, so you already have that check mark. But nothing jumps out to you as particularly significant between these two places.
Yeah.
So yeah, then so that's your morning into your afternoon. Yang, that is your morning. You have the afternoon since Shazad's going to be reading. And I think Thea is also going to be reading that book as well. So you can do something else with your afternoon if you want to. You can look into something else.
Can I look up all the stats on Jack Johnson?
Yeah, just look up Jack Johnson's stats. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's yeah. It's like a library use with the bonus die.
All right.
Oh my god. Oh. Yeah. Excellent. The trouble is, this is until 1931, so we're gonna pretend. Where can I find his? Oh, there we go. I mean, he was 68 and 11 with 34 knockouts, but how many of those were after 1925? We're going to take away 5 of those losses. So he's 60, and then 3 of those wins. So 65.
65-3. That's a pretty damn good record.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Jackie Johnson. When did he get arrested? It's like one of the things. Yeah. So yeah, you find his record. Thea also said that you read that book as part of your research. Did you want to look up anything for your afternoon? Sorry, Shazad. You found one of the long books.
Honestly, I might hit up the other play
No, okay. I mean, they're in the
that we
evening.
didn't see.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah. You can,
Then I
we can say
might
that there's a matinee. You can hit the other play and then catch them
Yeah,
as
I
they
mean, if it wasn't
they're gonna
that, I would
stroll into the
probably. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if it wasn't that, I'd probably just wander around. I'm assuming Central Park or something similar to it exists. So I
Yeah,
would just,
Central Park's there.
walk around there too.
Yeah. Fee spends her afternoon walking around Central Park, and yeah, you guys meet up. I guess if your plan is to meet up with Jack Johnson in the evening, you guys are hitting up the library. He's walking around Central Park. Evening sets, because it's winter. It's snowy, getting cold, or getting dark early. It starts getting dark. The gets close to the Cotton Club, and actually, I think you can see on this map. You can see Central Park is right here. It's 28 is Central Park, to the north side of Central Park, and the Cotton Club is supposed to be here, 142nd and Lenox Avenue. So grid 142nd, and which one's Lenox? So that would be like right here. So yeah, basically about where 8 is. Yeah, Cotton Club, it is 8. It's already on this map. Awesome. Yeah, so you're there, you maybe catch a taxi, you just shoot up Lenox Avenue from Central Park, and you guys meet up at the Cotton Club in the evening. Plan on getting some drinks, getting some food there, and then talking with old Jackie boy.
That's the goal.
If we
All right.
can.
Yeah. My God. Yeah, you guys are. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. All right. And this is the evening. This is the evening of the 8th. Awesome. Cool. Yeah. You guys head in. The Cotton Club, like I said before, one of the hippest clubs in town. It's you walk up to the doorman, post out front. You've seen it before. So you were there, like 2 nights ago. Same guy. And why is that all of a sudden so much louder? And you can hear from inside that the Thursday night is. I think Shazad knows this because he spent time in New York, and I would imagine because, like I said, because Harlem is kind of the most happening place right now. You were probably close to this area. This is where Jackson, um, when he's in New York, lives. It's Thursday night is when a lot of people put on like rent parties. That's when a lot of like musicians will have people like come to their houses. That's when like people who work as like chefs for a lot of like the rich people in South Manhattan. That's like their like night off is Thursday night. So basically in Harlem, Thursday night is part historically was like party night. That's when people would put on these rent parties. You would come in, you would pay a couple bucks, get a big plate of food. There's live music playing. Everyone's having a good time, and it was a chance for people to just like make some money to pay their rent. Thursday night was hopping, and same goes for the Cotton Club. Same goes for the clubs. Like it's just Thursday night was the night to like have a good night. Now we got Taco Tuesdays, but Thursdays always been around. Um, so yeah, Cotton Club is banging, and you guys go in. Everyone's dancing. Everyone's having a great time. You guys get a meal, get some drinks, and yeah, it's just it's a place to be. What's the plan?
Do we see Jack anywhere just hanging around in the bar, or
No, his office is upstairs, but you don't see him. You don't see him on the floor. I have freaking like blues. I wish I had some more beat jazz.
anybody got a good idea to get ourselves in that meeting with Jackson? Or I mean with Jack?
Could we just ask for him?
I mean, it
I mean,
couldn't hurt. I don't think, anyway.
I don't think it'll hurt that much.
Yeah, who'd you ask?
Suppose if the waitress swings by our way, we could ask her.
Yeah.
If there's any way. Big fan. Want to meet the guy who's fought 68 fights and only lost 3.
Gives you a look. Will you all give me a psychology roll?
I think it would be better to
gonna-
say fought 68, won 65.
Yeah. So yeah, she goes, tonight? Yeah, sure thing, hun. I'll go ask him. And I think you all kind of see some concern on her face, but like Shazad with the hard success, you see her like at the like tonight that he's like he must be in like a particularly sour mood tonight or something because she's just like she seems concerned. But she's like, whatever, I'll go ask him, I guess. And she she kind of trots off, goes up the stairs, and kind of comes back down and goes, yeah, I mean, I guess he'll see you. Um, not for nothing, but good luck, hon. And she leans in and taps Yang on the shoulder.
Is he not in a very good mood tonight?
No, not tonight. I'd finish your drinks before I went up there. And she turns and walks off.
Well, hopefully he's not in a fighting sort of mood.
I would hope not either. Hey Yang, you don't still have that knife on you, do you?
He's gonna kill
I'll,
Jack.
I mean, I'll flip my jacket away, and you'll see it in its little holster on my side. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Keep
we ain't gonna be doing all that, right?
yeah, no, keep it sheathed this time.
Yeah, yeah, plan on it. Unless something starts trying to suck the fat right out of me again, then sorry, but the knife's coming out.
I don't think we'll have to deal with that here.
Lord, I hope not.
All this
I wouldn't
campaign
drive
is
for years.
Fat sucking vampires. Yeah, you guys head up, and unless you need to do something before you get up there, but
Finish our drinks.
yeah, shoot them. And uh, the bathtub gin or uh, rock up whiskey is like burns, but it does the trick. And you get up, and Jack's office is like barely accommodates all of you, let alone him, right? And sure, he's past his boxing career, he's past his prime. Like some of his muscle has kind of like gone to seed. It's like he's like an NFL player that's retired. He's he's softened a little bit, but he's still a giant of a man, right? His shoulders are still as broad as ever. He looks like he'd be a formidable opponent, uh, regardless. There's another man sitting across the desk from him, um, and you can see him. He's got this furrowed brow, and he's like kind of clenching and unclenching his fists as you guys walk in. And he's just like, Sally said, you guys wanted to talk. He kind of looks at the guy across from him, and I've got a picture of old Jack. He's dressed to the nines, though, as Jack Johnson famously always was. There you go. His fur
Coming to
coat's
America.
probably off. He's inside. Yeah. Still got the hat on inside, but his fur coat's off. Yeah, pinstripe suit. He's just sitting there. Big, massive hands, just clenching, unclenching. He's just angry. Angry man right now. It's hard to imagine the damage that those hands could do. But yeah, he's we're gonna have guys said you guys want something. Yep,
Nobody
pretty
wants
much.
to talk.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be the one that makes them fly off the handle.
Hey.
Okay. No, go
He's
ahead.
already a step off the. He's already stepped off the handle. He's just waiting to fly.
Yeah, I hope it's not a bad time and all. Just really interested to meet a man with your record behind you. It's quite impressive.
He just kind of like narrows his eyes. Right.
Um, would it be possible for me to get your autograph?
As he said to the other side. That's what you wanted? My autograph?
Well, got a couple requests. Autograph would be one. The other
Do you
one
want?
is I want to have a wrestling match with a man like you, or a arm wrestling match anyway, not a wrestling match. I think we might be outclassed weight wise.
He looks at the guy across the table from him. And shakes his head. What? Will you give me a charm check?
Oof.
Or what do you feel like you're doing? I guess is yeah.
Um,
I guess it's, I mean
I mean,
it's
charm is what makes the most sense. It's not a real good role for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the one I got to go with.
Yeah. Because I feel like you're trying to, you know, get a laugh or something out of him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, made it.
Oh,
Nice.
still regular success, but I mean, damn, great roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks at the he looks at the guy across from him, and he doesn't so much as like laugh, but kind of like turns his head down, and you think like he might like there might be a smirk or something, and he just shakes his head. And he pulls a drawer open from like below his desk and pulls like a 9x5 out and grabs like a pen and signs it and goes, "Sure, here you go. For your friends too, or just for you? Is that what you wanted?"
I don't know if you all want one or not. I definitely
I
will cherish this.
could I have one, please? My husband is a great fan.
Yeah, he pulls a couple more out and just signs them just to do it. And yeah, yeah. And yeah, he's kind of like stopped like clenching his hands and grabs a cigar that's nearby and takes a puff off of it or draw off of it. And
So is that arm wrestling match still on the table too? Stronger than I look. I just want to kind of see how I hold up.
I didn't realize you were serious. Yeah, why not? And he gestures to the guy at the table to like stand up and move aside and for you to sit down.
The power lifter's only for heavy lifting things, so um, just a regular strength roll.
Yeah, I feel like it's a fighting maneuver, so it's a I'll give you brawl
Okay.
and Jack Johnson. I
Post
didn't
brawl.
stat him out because I didn't think that you guys were going to
You didn't think we were gonna
use
arm
his
wrestle him?
skills. But I have the PDF open. So give me a sec. I can get his skills open quickly.
Hey, we found a way to immediately derail. Yeah.
That's great. It's awesome. It just takes a few seconds, and I think I can get there. Oh no, did they not even start up Jack Johnson? Because nobody would ever use Jack Johnson's skills. Um,
Strength of like 85.
I mean, at least, right? I'm gonna give him
Yeah.
a comparable character and just use that. They really not even just. Yeah, I know nobody, just not even. Excellent. Yeah. So I'll just give him. Seconds. That works for me. All right. Yeah. Slash R. He's gonna try to beat 85. What?
Good luck.
Yeah.
uh,
He just slow take.
You see, like, you sit down and you see the like championship like mentality immediately turn on, and he goes, and just like slams your hand down, and is like
I,
kind of like has a few deep breaths, and then it kind of like he snaps back into it, and he's like, I almost forgot what it felt like to be in a fight.
I just
What
look
is
at
it
my
you're
hand. I'm just looking at my hand and back at him. Dude, that was amazing. I didn't expect it to be that quick.
he's like, what is it? He's a little shocked at himself. He's like, all right, what is it you're really here for?
Well, we had a friend. You can see we're three of us. We're kind of all from disparate areas around the world, and had a friend bringing us here. Something about the Carlisle expedition, and know you happen to be part of that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember Carlisle and his weirdo friends.
So, what were they up to out there?
I don't know. Just a rich kid trying to I don't know, be famous. But judging by how things turned out, I guess I lucked out by not joining them, right?
Yeah, I think so. That's I didn't know if you found out they were up to weird stuff and backed out or what. Just
Weird stuff, all right. But that was even before they left.
care to elaborate? I'm kind of curious.
He kind of looks at you and then looks at the guy who was in the office, in his office, who's like standing off to the side now. And he goes, look, you came at a bad time. I guess maybe not for, but Butler and I got a problem here, and maybe if you help me out, you and your friends help me out. I return the favor by telling you what I know about their weirdness.
Got a mess of paperwork?
No, I got people for paperwork. This is personal. This isn't to do with the Cotton Club.
All right, well, we're happy to help out.
And as far as the Carlisle expedition goes, this isn't the kind of stuff you read in the papers, if you catch my drift.
Kind of what I was hoping for.
You ever heard of the boxer Sir Lance Rawls?
Yeah.
Would that be somewhat we've likely heard of?
Probably Shazad, since he was here, he probably heard about it. Yeah. And yeah, but you two, no. Yang and Thee, no. There's no way it made like international news. But so yeah, he goes. So Shazad's like, yeah, and he looks and goes, yeah. Well, for you two, for you at least, he was an up and comer. Um, boy with a real chance to make something of himself. Fast, strong. Not as big as me, but quicker. I'll give him that. He's moving up in the ranks, and he got in the ring with Stefano Rossi. That no good, cheating goon. Bum should have had no chance with Rawls. It's a washed up loser. And you can see him kind of going back to clenching his fists again. Just like the anger is like thinking about it. It's like immediately come back, almost like he's reliving as if it was him in the ring. That bum should have no chance against Rawls. It's a washed up loser. Somehow he won. He didn't just win, and now he's like leaning over the desk and like getting closer to your face, Yang. He murdered that boy.
You mean murdered?
Yeah, Rawls fell down in his dressing room, never got back up. He never woke up. Now this dirty, cheating son of a bitch is gonna be fighting that dumb ox hayseed Jimmy Harris. Can't have Rossi killing another fighter, especially since Jimmy works for me. He's a damn fine man. I was still fighting. I would, not that he would deserve it, but I would. Hell, I'd give Rossi a title shot just to teach him a lesson or two. But something's going on. I need you to, especially maybe people like you who aren't. No offense, don't seem like you're from around here. Look into things and figure out what's going on. He slides a article across the desk, a news article. Drop it into the Discord chat for now. see what's going on, and maybe we'll let me know what's. And worst thing is, I'm supposed to fight tomorrow night.
Yes, I thought we were going to go to. Well, I'm not much for cheating. I'm definitely not much for killing good athletes just so you can win.
Yeah. Well, I can't imagine how aging, slow, flabby looking, flat footed shuffler like Rossi could ever beat Rawls in the first place.
You know what they blamed Rawls' death on?
I don't know. He took a pretty good beating in the ring that day, and after the fight, he collapsed in the dressing room and never got up.
You watch the fight? Take it?
No, to be fair, I've never actually seen Rossi in the ring, but everything I've heard, he shouldn't have won that fight. Uh, Butler here knows more about Rawls and Rossi than I know. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Butler? And the other guy nods. So I'll show you Butler Jones. You guys can close these character artworks out when you need to. Butler's mimicking his face there. Serious looking. That's right. He's not British.
So is he a boxer too?
Butler's a manager, but he's some of an expert.
And you were there at the fight, Butler?
Yeah, I was Rawls' manager.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Um, was he? How was he acting before the fight and as the fight got started? Anything odd about him?
No, he was fine. He was he looked good. He was, it was a good fight. Uh, you know, he started out strong. I mean, really, if anything, he was winning on points. He was striking well. Had Rossi pretty much on the ropes. Rossi was fatiguing, if anything, and then late in the rounds, Rossi seemed to find the second wind and start hitting him.
And so was it a knockout when he Rossi won?
Double checking, making sure that tracks with the article. Yeah. 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 And then all Rawls had to do was keep out of Rossi's reach for a couple rounds, and the fight was an easy win. I mean, Rossi's got a reputation for throwing fights. He was, he had been on a recent win streak, but so it was a good fight for Rawls. He's kind of up and comer, and they're looking good, fast, strong, tough. Been a top contender with the right training. He had the dedication. Could have been world champion by my reckoning, and Rossi. I guess Rossi had picked up these new managers recently, and started winning some fights, so it felt like a good fight for Rawls and for Sir Lance, and but I don't know. Seems like those new managers of Rossi's might have been worse than the old ones.
And these new managers, do you know them at all?
Now there's some New Englanders.
Got some names on them.
The Elliots,
Elliots.
Job and Nahum, something like that.
And
Odd fellas.
And first time you ever seen them is when they come up here to manage Rossi.
Yeah, I mean they're not locals. They showed up, hanging around, and next thing you know, yeah, they're pounding around with Stefano, and he's winning fights. Not that there's any, like I said, I can't point to anything specific as the cause to the loss. So it's not that there's anything that they, I don't know. I mean, his old manager certainly was crooked, but I don't know. Just get the feeling that there's something off about those two.
There ain't been anything weird about any other fights he's had since then?
So the fact that he's winning them, I don't know.
Nobody else dying, nobody else falling ill?
No, nobody's dying, but I mean, he's he's looking pretty good. That's for sure.
And are these all tough fights he's been going into, you feel like?
For him, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, strange for a man like that that's been in the game for a while to make such a turnaround just because he gets a couple new managers.
Exactly. And Johnson, Jack Johnson kind of jumps in and goes, look, my concern is to make sure my man, Jimmy, doesn't meet the same fate that Rawls did. As long as you guys make sure he doesn't meet that fate.
That's the goal. I'm just trying to get what kind of information we can, see what's going on, how this guy gets a second wind. Are they drugging him or something?
I don't know.
Like, we just need some dirt that we can throw out there to get him kicked out of the fight. Everything's all good.
Whatever you gotta do. And Butler mentions that Rossi trains at the Lennox Athletic Club. I mean, this late at night, he's probably not training. He's probably back at home. But yeah, that's where he trains. And yeah.
That place be closed right now then?
It would be closed. Yeah. Yeah, this late at night. Well, you guys came here right after. Probably not. It's probably still like dinner time. So no, there's probably boxers like still training there in the evening. So I'll say it's like 6 or 7. You could probably get there before they shut up shop for the day.
Do we want to do that, or do we want to wait till they shut up shop and then go in?
I personally vote to wait until shop is closed.
And I'm assuming you feel way more confident about you getting in and getting out than the rest of us.
Very much so. If what happened on our last adventure was anything to go by.
I mean,
Well,
I would rather just walk in and see what the competition is. See if we can spot anything beforehand.
We could do both, I guess. Or you two just walk in broad daylight, give me a layout, and then I could sneak in later. But we don't have to do that, just an option.
I'll look over back at Butler. Hey, Butler, what would they do if some out of the blue manager came up with a new fighter to train there?
You could get a membership there, and they'll assign you a locker. That's fine. You pay for it, and that's okay.
You guys wouldn't happen to have a pair of gloves around that would fit me, right? Would you? Looking at them, I'm guessing you guys don't quite use my size.
No, but they could. I mean, it's dollar. It's a dollar to the Lennox is also it's an athletic club, but there's also a bar and like a club attached to it. So it's a dollar for membership status. But if you wanted to get access to the gym side of it, you could purchase that sort of gear on site.
Okay.
But no, unfortunately, I don't think the champs equipment here would quite fit you. Sorry to say.
Yeah, it might turn into a tripping hazard.
Yeah. And Jack finally kind of cracks like a small smile. Yeah.
All right. Well, how'd you like to be my manager, Shazad?
Sounds like an idea.
Think you can talk me up? Maybe get somebody to
I
throw
should
me
be
in the
able to.
ring with their dude?
Yeah.
While we're in the gym, we can grab intel to hand over to Thee for when she goes in.
Okay. Was it said the other guy's fighting record?
No, they didn't have Stefano Rossi's fighting record offhand.
Okay.
Butler Jones is supposed to be the like the go-to boxing expert in Harlem. He would have that though. So if you want it, he. So if you're like is that you asking for it?
It, yeah. Well, I didn't know if it was said during the conversation earlier.
Wasn't it wasn't?
Because yeah,
If you want to ask for it, yeah, that's
yeah.
yeah. If you ask for it, so he'll say that like yeah he started out at, professionally pre the Great War and like had a decent record 24 wins 4 losses 13 by knockout and then when he got back from the war he went to went away to fight in the war as most young men did at the time and he came back and his post-war record was 4 wins 9 losses he just sort of like fell down he just sort of tanked um, and from then on he I think lost like I don't know 8 or 9 straight after that even more. So they went 4-9 to 4-18, and that now he's gone on a 6-0 straight win record or win streak with 6 knockouts. So 6-0 with 6 knockouts.
Hmm.
So he's now what 10-18 since the end of the Great War 1919.
Yeah, because I was just thinking we could kind of put Yang as he boxed back
He's
home
a
and
heavyweight.
kind of
Yeah.
fake his own like record and see if we can like make it comparable and
I don't know if
maybe have
I'm
a
in.
friendly little spar.
I don't know if I'm in Rossi's weight class though.
No.
No, it's just I lied. It's just 4-9 post-war and now it's 6-0. So it's just 10-9 basically. So yeah, so he came back.
He came back, did horribly, and then all of a sudden started doing really well.
Yeah, so he's now basically now 10-9 since 1919. But yeah, he came back from the war, and talking about that, he'll even let you know that there's a lot of subtle talk that his former manager Valentino Cerisi was having him take down. Yeah. But now he's 6-0 with 6 knockouts. So he's a killer. Well, literally now.
Let's see.
And, the other thing, I think the last bit of information that Butler can give you is the if you want it, it's not the most crucial information, but is the address of Sir Lance Rawls. And Sir Lance is like a boxing nickname. It's not like Sir Lance Rawls is a landed gentry boxer. His trainer as well is Mac Morton. I can give you his address as well, so you have that if you need it. But yeah, the Lennox Athletic Club is as good a stop as any. They agree that's solid stop. That's where Stefano Rossi trains.
I mean, the two of us could head over there now.
Yeah. But yeah, trying to think how small Yang is because he's Asian. He's average height for an Asian and average weight.
Right? Yeah. It's his size, rather. Yeah.
I'm
55?
assuming he's probably flyweight then. 108 to 112.
So he'd be a lightweight?
Flyweight, according to the original
Flyweight.
the original 8
Oh.
classes that they would have had then. Either that or a bantamweight.
I mean, yeah, this is because I've been just reading a lot of trying to immerse myself in 1920s history, but I can't imagine how horrific the nicknames would have been for a Chinese boxer in 1920s New York.
Oh Lord, yeah.
Yeah. So you guys go to the Linux Athletic Club. Let's show up there, and it is yeah.
I'm the crouching tiger.
But yeah, that's cool. I like that. That works for me. Yeah, and your best punch is your hidden dragon.
Yeah, there we go.
Awesome. Uh, yeah. Shit, we can ignore most of this because you guys are clever as shit, and you guys just sneaking past all of the hurdles I have for you. I love it.
Hey, we're derailing again.
Yeah, I mean that's not even that's just jumping tracks. That is what you should be doing. That is, I mean, yeah, it's awesome.
That also
So yeah,
means we're
it's a
not that
small members.
predictable.
Yeah, that's small members only boxing gym. Like I said, there's a small bar, restaurant, open only members and their special guests attached. There's a doorman out front. So are you gonna pay the $1 members fee? Is that the plan to get yourself a fee as a
Yeah.
new member?
Yep.
For
Yeah,
each of you. What's you said for you too? What is Thee doing?
Since they're
Is special guest or?
I
Maybe
mean,
Thee's currently scouting out around the place, looking for a good potential entries, hiding places, things like that. Maybe
well,
just scouting.
well, actually, I was thinking because my strength is good too, which I forgot it was. It's 70. But then I was thinking, I don't think they would let a woman train there. But then I
Lady
don't know.
boxer. What? Who's ever heard of such a thing?
Yeah, because like she would like if given the chance, she would love to like work out. But I assume that she wouldn't be allowed back there because woman, ugh,
You can come back there and like hang out, but I don't know about boxing.
they
I think
wouldn't
they'll
let
like
me
they'll
like
give you like
lift weights
good
or
looks.
anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
my
I.
one worry about Thee coming with us is that if she did get seen breaking in later, it
That's
would blow
true.
our cover too.
Yeah, I'll wander around
She
the
can hang out in the
outside.
bar.
Yeah, you
That's
can hang
what
out.
I will look around the outside, see if I can see any, possible ways in, then I'll go to the bar, have a drink or two, and keep an eye out
Uh,
for other possible, things, entry, exits, all that stuff.
Oh, or
everyone,
she could sexy if you found Rossi, you could sex him up.
everyone's spending levels above a
Uh
buck, right? Yeah, everyone's got
I
like
am a married woman and he's old. No offense. No thank you.
he's
I
not
didn't mean
old. He's
actually
younger than you
do it. I
guys.
meant
He's
just to
younger than
get
all
him
of you.
all horned up.
Uh
The little
well,
Asian woman comes out of nowhere.
that's true.
He's old.
That is okay.
You guys
All
are all
right.
old.
He's
Is
old.
He's literally
he's
younger than
old.
all of you.
Is he there by
She's
any
Maybe you
18.
haven't
chance?
decided yet.
He's never going to
Yeah,
know that. She still looks like
that's
she's
true.
20.
Yeah, sure. Is he
Uh,
there, DM? Like, if I go with him, would I see him?
yeah, you guys go in, you pay that. We'll say you pay the dollar because I think everyone's spending level is below that or above that.
Yeah.
And he is at this point. Well, actually, no, he's not. He's not there.
Dang.
Yeah, Stepan Rossi is not there. 1,500 hours.
Um.
Hours is like 3 to. Yeah, his hours are
So,
short. He's not there.
I will at least stay at the bar for a little bit.
There are
Check.
he's not there. There are other people at the bar, but he's not there.
Okay. I'll check like exit entries that might be easier for me at night, and then I don't know a lot about boxing, but are there like any of his acquaintances there that I might have heard of in the like 2 or 3 days I've been in New York City?
You only have heard of him 3 hours
I
ago,
okay, I
an
didn't
hour
think
ago.
so. I
Will you give me a spot hidden check?
sure.
Yeah.
I could try something else. I don't know if it would work though.
What's your something else?
Oh,
Oh, that failed badly. I
Horribly.
was just gonna kind of,
I
because
know
I
what your
am because I
vertical
am
is. Yeah.
Oriental. I was just gonna like sit there, leg over the other, kind of sitting. I guess seductively, but like how women will like sit on the bar stools, one leg over the other, and movies make it look like, oh my god, she's so hot. Do like a sit like that and just like sip
All
on
right.
my drink
you
and
go to
look
the very
around and see if yeah, and see
Your
if anybody
basic
like comes
instinct.
over.
So
yeah.
Yes. But no, yeah, I'll like just have kind of like, be open and see if anybody bothers me because I am
yeah,
assuming people are gonna bother me.
I think with your crit fail on your spot hidden, you bother other people, and the two people that you specifically bother are two guys that are sitting at a table. They have a telephone in between them, and they So I guess meanwhile this is happening. We'll set the scene. Uh, the other two, your plan is to like go in, get some gloves, like set up, start like training. Like Yang is
Mhm.
training, and Shazad, you're just a manager, right? You're not a trainer. You're just kind of like,
Yeah, I'm
yeah, it's
just
my
the manager.
guy. Yeah. So like Yang is kind of like bam, bam, hitting like a heavy bag or something, just kind of showing off his stuff. So that's kind of what's going on downstairs and upstairs. Uh, He is like got a drink. She's got the little straw, and she's like, are trying to like get the straw and just not casual at all about anything, doing a really bad job of like casing this place with her fumble. Man, a 46
I'll
spot hidden
still
for a spy.
wave and smile
Yeah.
as I do it.
God, you're so good at being not seen, and you're so bad at seeing things. Is
Right?
the best thing about Thea as a
I
spy.
love how crazy her
Yeah.
stats rolled out for a spy. It's great.
Yeah. And yeah, that's
There's Steve trying to pick the fellas up.
and there are these two guys sitting at this table. They got a phone in between them. One of them's like making phone calls. Their emotions. And they they're both, they clearly have like a familial resemblance, right? Because their faces are so distinct. Um, they're they're both prematurely receding hairlines. Kind of got this like thin, greasy looking black hair. Their complexion is kind of pale, but also like maybe kind of like jaundice, and um, weak chins, kind of protuberant looking eyes, real thin lips, and um, and they're just kind of like kind of like talking on the phone, talking to each other. One of them's kind of like reading from a like notebook, jotting down notes. One of them's got like a black and white suit, real like basic. The other's got this just like flamboyant, like all colors. Looks like it's just red coat, blue shirt, green tie. Like I don't know, just colorblind dude put on anything he could find. Just hey, here I am. Um, gold tooth right up front, uh, and he's the one talking on the phone. And then Thea sees these guys, and she's just like trying to find that straw in her drink because she just can't stop looking at how weird these dudes look, and they both just like start staring at her back because she's just like they're just like, why is this lady staring at us? And yeah, that's your plan.
I'll just smile, wave, still
And
try the with the
you do that. You
straw.
absolutely you go wink. You can't help it. And maybe it's because the straw like pokes you in the you don't mean to. Start here. Wink. Whiskey. You're not trying to wink at him. You fumbled this. You're not trying to wink at him, but they're like, why is this lady winking at us? And they're just like, okay. And they turn and they start talking to each other and they're looking over
I was
their
gonna say, I
shoulder.
think I'm so cool, and I am failing, and it's
You're
great.
like, you feel real casual about it, super cash. These guys are just looking at you. Yep, that went well. That went well. Yep, and then downstairs, bam, bam. Yang. Will you give me a? That I think is good. I think your brawl score is high enough.
Okay.
You're beating the shit out of this bag. And I'll let you guys figure out what you want to do next. I'll be right back. The bathroom.
Yeah, I think my goal is to have Yang hopefully gathering more attention so Shazad's a little more free to look around. Still doing the manager thing, but moving around the ring and kind of
Not looking
looking
at
what
you in the ring, looking around.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, that's a pretty good idea.
I mean, it will work even better if we could find some other flyweight guy in there to
To box.
be impressed by my striking and want to climb in the ring with me. That would draw more attention.
Have a friendly little spar.
Yep. So I guess we see if anyone's taking notice and try that first, and otherwise just keep doing what we're doing and see what you can see.
Yeah. I wonder how many spot hidden checks I can make.
Now my PI skills gave me a 50 in disguise. I have to use that at some point.
Nice. My what is it? I have a skill at 69.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it was psychology.
Yep. Now my highest skill's my spot hidden with a 72.
My highest is credit rating.
The ultimate
Uh,
skill.
yep. Credit rating
You
at
can despise
70.
somebody else who does all the other skills. What if we got to third world countries and that's just how Shazad handles things? He just buys basically small mercenary groups and just throws them at problems.
Do I just become a warlord at that point?
Well, they're all dead. That didn't work. Who else is
Yeah.
for hire?
All right. What you got?
First off, are we drawing any kind of a crowd? Is there any like other fighters watching?
Uh, yeah. Now, why don't you give me a fighting brawl check?
Oh, okay.
Come on, success.
Well,
Nice.
success. Very good
Yeah.
success.
Yeah.
You're making a little
Yeah.
scene.
You are. There is an older gentleman. Looks like maybe he's like the size of like a lightweight. Definitely looks like he's a trainer. Um, yeah, he's got the like towel over his shoulder, tank top, hitting pads or what have you. Um, 50 plus years old, 50 some odd, and he's like got his arms on the ropes, kind of like watching you hit the bags, staring, and he's just kind of like nodding, looking at you.
I'll look over at him. You got anybody in here who'd want to spar?
He looks around and it's like, nobody. I'm training him right now, but it's the end of the day, so most people have gone home, and this is find his face. Oops, it's him. He's an older fella. You know, but your form's pretty good. You keep your elbows tucked in, but that's all right.
Yeah, bad habit of mine. And from my early training.
You have a trainer?
Not so much. I got a manager, but he's not much for training.
He kind of tips his head under the ropes and jumps down from the ring, or the squared circle, and walks on over. Arnold Simmons. They call me Tubby. And nothing about this man seems Tubby, right? He is a lightweight. He looks like he could still go 10 rounds even at 50 some odd years old. And shakes your hand. Well, you got gloves on. He shakes your glove, and he's like, yeah.
Hey, name's Yang. Go by the ring name, the Crouching Tiger.
Right on. Well, I got a fighter getting ready for a fight right now, but maybe next week, if you're still interested, we can get something going.
Sounds like it could be a fun time.
You from around here?
Nope. We're just making the rounds, trying to find a good place for me to start making a name for myself. New York's obviously a pretty good spot for that, I feel like.
No better place.
Who's the flyweight to beat around here?
Oh, that's a good question. It's not really not exactly a division that draws the crowd right now, but
Everybody wants to see the big guys.
that's that's the way things go. But hey, I made a living for a little while as a lightweight myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I train. It works. But you know, the flyweight division sort of open season, if you know what I mean. That's
Sounds like a great place for me to come in and just take top spot then.
current champion is Frank Sabatka. He's a Polish kid. He's not really much of anything. Works
And
down at the
you got those pads on your hand. You care to hold them up? Let me go a few rounds on you.
Yeah, why not? He gives back in the ring and gestures for you to come over.
And I'll put up my fists and just start throwing in some jabs and crosses and such, and trying to keep all the attention on me and nothing on Shazad, so Shazad can kind of wonder a little bit and look around, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, Shazam, what are you gonna do?
First I'm gonna stay kind of around the ring and just kind of circle it, acting
Yeah.
like I'm watching him train a little bit, but not really. I'm gonna actually be looking at how everything else is laid out in the gym.
Yeah.
See if I can't notice any like doors that look like they might lead somewhere nice or shady in
Yeah.
some
Yeah, for
cases.
sure. Yeah, so I mean there are areas for shadow boxing, heavy bag work. Um, there's like a 16-foot sparring ring. Um, it's a kind of small space, but carefully arranged so that you're not like going to be overcrowded for boxers. It would normally be noisy and busy, but it's the end of the day, so um, it's not quite so noisy. There is a locker room. You can see like an entrance to off to the side, and then you can see like a door that clearly goes into like it's one of those doors, and then like stairs, and there's like little windows built into the walls. The stairs go up. That looks like it goes into an upstairs in the building next door. That is the bar, and then there's like the second floor with the windows of the bar and restaurant upstairs. You can even see tea like the like fucking with the straw, trying to like eat good with straw. Uh,
What is
and
she
yeah,
doing?
yeah, yeah.
Shazad's gonna like be just like disapprovingly nodding, just shaking his head, holding the bridge of his
Yeah.
nose, and
But yeah,
but
yeah, it's kind of your setup. There are a couple other boxers working. A couple working that have some heavy bags. One of them's shadow boxing. A couple of them have trainers, not all of them.
okay. Nothing really interesting other than like the locker room and the room off to the bar that
Yeah, the front desk that you came in. But yeah,
yeah.
Is there back entrances or anything?
probably a back door. Yeah, looks like it leads off into an alley.
Well, I mean, that was kind of my whole plan.
Okay. Yeah, we'll cut back up to the bar. What's Thee doing?
So,
Working
do I
for
just get
miles.
random stares the entire time I'm at the bar while I try to do my basic instinct to, like, look?
I mean that happens a little while, and then they kind of turn away and they're continuing talking. But you can do other stuff. You've got a chance to do something else.
Um,
How about you listen into what they're saying?
I mean, why would I do that? I'm not a spy or anything. No, I probably would. I would probably like slightly lean in to try to catch what they're saying, if possible.
Give me a listen roll with a.
A listen roll.
Is it called a disadvantage? No, what's it called?
With a Bane die?
Bane die? Yeah. What's the?
I think it's. I mean, they just call them bonus dies, right? So
What's the opposite of a bonus die?
You're giving me
attack die.
disadvantage, the
Yeah.
-1.
Yeah, because you're fumble. Because they're turning away from you. They're like actively shielding themselves from your weirdness. Hey, you don't want to be
Oh,
weird. Don't roll a 96.
Yeah, it's not as bad as it could have been. It was going to be like
Yeah.
63. No,
yeah. Well, I
it
mean,
was
you
going to
only
be
need to spend 4.
higher.
Yeah, you could spend
Uh,
you could spend the 4 of your
I'll spend
11.
I
I
mean,
will.
that means you have a better chance of succeeding your roll next time.
That's what she thought with an 11.
Um, I will. Oh, did I get extra luck at the beginning of this session because I failed?
You didn't
You did.
fail.
Oh,
No,
I
You
you
didn't
succeeded.
fail. Okay.
succeeded.
Yeah.
All right.
You failed
I
in
will
failing.
spend. I will
Mhm.
spend the 4 luck to succeed.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, why not? Cool. So yeah, you hear them talking to each other. Yeah, I assume you're listening to the two guys that were like looking at you were looking at, they were looking at you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
They're the two most this is a fucking like meta is thinking to say they're the two most distinctive looking cats in the crowd. But yeah, listening to them, and the flashy one, the like colorful dressed one, is talking to the like black and white one, and he's like, "So are you gonna come to the you gonna go to the Sugar Shack tonight with me? And the other one's like, no, no, I'm not. Ah, come on, Nahum. Why not? Might be fun. No, Job. That's not what I'm worried about. Come on, Nahum. It'd be fun. Job, leave me alone. Nahum, the girls are real sweet. They wouldn't call it the Sugar Shack if they weren't. Job, you're a fucking pervert. Nahum, that's not a nice thing to say to your brother. Job, I tell you this because I love you. You got a problem. Ah, whatever, Nahum. I'm going to the Sugar Shack, and I'm gonna get me some sweets. Shit, I think that lady's looking at us again. God, she's so weird. She still can't find that straw.
I am nonchalantly not looking at them
Yep.
because why would I look at them?
But struggling to find the straw. Yep.
Hey, girls have struggles.
Hey,
At what point do you give up and just like chuck the straw down on the bar?
Get rid of the straw.
Probably after they're like, oh, that girl was looking at us. And I'll just
Yeah.
pluck the straw out and just chug the drink.
The brain cell was in use trying to listen. It couldn't figure out where the straw was.
Yeah, that's what you hear. Hopefully that all came through. Besides me chewing. If anything of their conversation didn't come through, let me know. I tried to stage whisper. And he looks at me, and I look at him.
No, I'm trying to.
Yep.
Oh, I kicked something. Shit. No, I'm trying to think back on what I caught. Sugar Shack.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of talk about the Sugar Shack. Yeah,
And what
Job
was
and
the
Nahum.
brother?
They were Nahum.
Nahum?
Nahum. Nahum. Or Nahum. I don't know how that's actually supposed to be pronounced. I just wrote Nahum.
Nahum. Okay.
Sounds biblical. I don't know if it is.
It does sound biblical. That's what I was gonna originally assume, but I think
Yeah.
I caught
Flashy
everything
brother's
else.
name is Job.
Job.
Joab.
J-O. Yeah, this is very biblical for it not being biblical.
And not Flashy brother. Black and White brother's name is Nahum. And he doesn't want to go to no Sugar Shack. He just wants to go home and read a book.
Yeah,
Joe's trying to go get it in,
He's up all night
Get
to
it
get
in. Okay.
Yeah.
But no, I think I caught everything.
Job thirsty. Thirsty Thursday for Job.
So he's up all night to get lucky.
He's up all night to get lucky. That's Job. That's
I heard
Job
that
in a
joke.
nutshell.
I heard that joke in there somewhere.
Yeah. 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 We cut back down to the quick, real good, combo to the pads, and this trainer's like nodding his head. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Thank you. I'm now kind of stop punching and drop my gloves. I think I'm gonna like this place. It's gonna be a real good place here. How long does this place stay open?
Most of the most of the boxers typically file out of here around 8, 9 o'clock. But the bar stays open till midnight or so. Can't get much training done up there, though.
No. I think I've already did more than what I was planned on doing tonight. Was just getting signed up, but got here and felt the need to hit a bag a little bit. And found somebody to maybe give me some training. Pretty excited. I look over at Shazad. What do you think, boss? Should we head out?
Yeah, it seems like they're almost getting ready to close up.
All right, I'll turn around and hold my glove back out to Tubby. It's been real good to meet you. Look forward to some more sparring again at some point.
He smacks you on the top of the glove with his pads, and boxing friendly, high five handshake sort of thing. And you, good luck.
Thank you. I'll hop back down. Look at Shazad. I know we just came in here as a joke, but sounds like this flyweight thing's pretty wide open. We could get into this.
New campaign. Make Yang the flyweight champion of the world
And I do know a good
with Eldritch magic.
homebrew class that would be perfect for this. They're the brawlers, and there's like a lucha libre and wrestling one. There is a boxer subclass. You could use it. It would be great.
There you go.
Yeah, screw what Jackson has to say. Let's make Yang a freaking boxer.
This is my destiny now.
Shit, we missed that meeting. We had a match to get to. It was opening night. Yeah. Well, what do you guys? So you hop out of the ring. What be next?
I feel like we need to reconvene with Thee somewhere outside the place.
Okay.
Exchange info.
Yeah. We all give me int checks.
Get a pass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looking for a hard success at least.
No.
So yeah, I think Yang realizes or thinks about it as he's like hopping out of the ring. I think it's as you're hopping out of the ring. You kind of got that like rush of just working out, endorphins going. And maybe it's even the like being in the boxing ring, seeing the like the bands or the ropes moving. The fight is tomorrow. So concluding this investigation, whatever this thing is for Jack Johnson, you guys need to do it quick. You need to figure out these answers quick. So it's like, yeah, you want to like kind of do things subtly, sort of, but you're also sort of past your opportunity for subtlety is bumping up against, or your ability to be subtle is bumping up against your like short time frame. So you guys like as you guys are getting ready to meet outside, you know that it's we'll now say like 8:30, 8 o'clock. We'll say 8 o'clock. The fights are tomorrow night. You've got maybe 24 hours at best to get an answer to Jack if you're trying to get this information. Maybe the information isn't that valuable, and probably it's just information. So yeah, sure, maybe not, but like you've got about 24 hours to like get this done and over with. And it's unclear how closer you are now than you were.
So my thought is, if we'll find out Job's going to the Sugar Shack. So I'm thinking now that it's Steve's turn to get into the gym once the place closed down, maybe myself and Shazad make our way to the Sugar Shack too and see if we can find Job and keep a tail on him. And can I put together like maybe a rough disguise?
And you, yeah, do you have a skill that
I do.
Maybe a
you
disguise
disguise?
skill.
Do you have disguise? Yeah.
Yep.
You just really want to use that skill.
Yes, and it seems appropriate. And I did it.
Yep.
What do you like grab some charcoal out of like a burning barrel and like put it on like
Oh,
a
you got me playing blackface now.
no, I was just thinking like in a beard.
Oh, okay.
Henry.
Oh no, I was just thinking of a beard.
Trying to
Maybe
force
it will
but
do
trying to force it.
that was thank you for your disguise. I'll leave it. I'll be more vague going forward. I won't suggest things. What's your disguise?
Oh, I think mainly I'm just trying to make it so that my face is unrecognizable. So yeah, charcoal beard, stuff like that is just fine.
Knife, you just saw your face off. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
anything
I
that
mean,
makes
yeah,
anything
you
that
have
makes
time to.
me just seem shadowier, I guess. Because I think my ultimate goal is us to like get him out of the sugar shack and into an alley, and then we can just shake him down.
We can sugar shake him down.
Yes.
Sugar Shack. Okay.
Like the rich man could pay one of the ladies off to get him out of the place for us. Give her a little
Alright.
sugar.
A little sugar. All right.
Let-
Who do we want to address first? The breaking back into. Well, it's still there's still people there. I mean, if he can still walk back in and try to go into like the. What are you gonna? I guess so. Shit. What am I trying to say? What the breaking back into the Lennox Athletic Club? What are you trying to break into?
I
The locker.
wanted to. I was hoping like a door, not a door, a window would be open that I could just slink in, like in and out, like something like that. Because the bar will still be open, so she's just not gonna walk straight back there. She's gonna go on the athletic club side and see if she could sneak that way.
What's your
If you
goal
if you
whenever
get what
you
I
get
mean.
in?
And I felt like the biggest target for her to go after would be like Rossi's.
Would be the locker room.
Yeah.
Yeah. See if there's
Okay.
anything in any incriminating evidence in the locker.
See if he's juicing.
All right. So he's got some
See if he's got any
carrots,
bloody
some
gloves
kale,
on
and some juice. All right. Yeah. So yeah, you guys, the Sugar Shack is only like a couple blocks away. So you guys, and you guys don't know that. How do you find that out? How do you find that out? Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we could just go back into the bar area and be like, where's a good place nearby to find some friendly ladies at?
Okay. That works. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm not like asking you trick questions. That
Yeah,
absolutely works.
I feel like that's an
yeah.
easy way to do it, especially if it's that close too.
Yeah. It was like, I mean, the bartender's like, I mean, yeah, if you're not discerning, I guess the Sugar Shack is nearby. That's sort of okay. I mean, well, the other thing is, you ask for friendly ladies. Will you give me a charm or persuade or charm check or fast? That's not persuade. Fast talk or charm?
I
Me
think.
or him?
It was Yang. Yang that asked.
Okay.
Yeah. I gotta start letting Shazad do the talking. I'm only good if I'm talking for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
because that's not
unfortunately,
working.
Ooh.
yeah, and unfortunately, I'm also content to let you keep doing that.
I was like, what do you? No, what are you trying to do? Get me in trouble?
No trouble. I'm just looking for like a bar or something where the women are a little more willing to go home with a fella.
The guy's like, get the fuck out of here, man.
All right, I'm sorry.
And
I don't know if I can talk my way out of that one.
and as you're leaving, a one of the waiters is kind of walks up to you. Is like, if you're looking for if you're looking for that sort of companionship, I mean, you could. I guess you could go to the. This is the guy. You could. His name is Carrie Tierney. So, if you're looking for that kind of companionship, yeah, you could go to the Sugar Shack, but um, they don't actually. I got to tell you, they don't actually. The ladies there, they don't actually sort of. That's not actually what they do. Um, you've got to ask for Bruno Greco. Is the guy that he's he's the one that's in charge of that sort of thing. If you catch my drift.
I do.
Okay.
Where this Sugar Shack be at?
Oh, it's just a couple blocks up the road. And if yeah, it's well, you seem like having just met you 5 seconds ago. I got to say, I'd hate for something, I terribly hate for something bad to happen to you. Um, Bruno's not exactly a nice man, so mind your P's and Q's with him. And yeah, well, good luck to you. He taps you on
Thank
the shoulder and walks away. And don't mention my name. Not that he told you his name.
you.
Anyway, I always tip you waiters.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll pull out a couple bucks and hand them to him.
Oh shit, that's not what I meant, but fucking I'll take it.
Oh, you deserve it.
Ah, thank you.
A
Thank
couple bucks? Dang, that's a pretty good
A
tip.
couple bucks. Yeah,
I know that's a tip in
It's his wage
1920s.
for yeah. What's a week's? That's 2 weeks' wages. Yeah. Like, oh god. Okay. Oh, fish. Okay. Oh, thank you. Yeah. And he walks off.
How much you bet he takes that money and goes straight to the Sugar Shack himself?
Terry Tierney? Who are you talking about? He would never do such a thing.
That's the
He's not
face of a
standing
man
there.
who lives in the Sugar Shack.
Oh, all my off hours I spend at the Sugar Shack. It's just a place to be. Oops, sorry. Showed it to you again. Just reminding you what it looked like. Terry Tierney, friend of the Pope. Yeah, so yeah, you guys hit up the Sugar Shack, and meanwhile, back at the Lennox Athletic Club, we see a window opening up, Fee, will you give me a stealth check?
I
I
would
know it's your
love
worst skill.
to
Oh,
give
she's gonna-
you a stealth check.
She's gonna fail
She's
it.
gonna
The
combat
worst
through the-
skill
combat
I
through the
own.
window.
She's gonna fail it. She's gonna fail it.
If I do, I would be sad.
She's gonna fail
Okay,
it.
why?
She's gonna roll a 99. She's gonna roll or 100. She's gonna roll 100. I can feel it.
That
What?
would
Okay.
be
I can feel
hilarious.
it here. I can feel it here. I can feel it in my fingers or my bones. Put it in my fingers.
Come on, 69. Come on, funny number.
She's rolling
My
it too.
my sheet doesn't want to move down on skills, so I can't even click it.
Oh, my goodness.
Open up the full sheet.
Are you are you
Yes.
maximized?
I mean, it's in a little window.
Yeah, hit the maximize button at the top of that little window.
You mean summarize or sheet?
Oh,
Oh,
wait.
you do have it
I-
maximized. Well, there's no
double-
scrolling. Your stealth skill.
Double click the bar. Double click the whole bar. At the
No,
top.
it closed it.
No.
Well, if you double click on your face, it pulls your sheet right back up.
What's this? No, that's sheet configuration. I can't do that. Summarize. No.
you click on
Oh, there it
skills.
is. Stealth. Okay,
Yeah,
I had
Stealth
to.
should tell you
I had to
summarize.
summarize it first. I've never used summarize before, but
So
I don't
do
know
use
why
these.
the
There's
thing
no
didn't.
focus sheet. It shows up as
Uh,
summarized, and it's crazy. That's a crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do I have any
brain
bonuses
works
since this place is
different.
closed?
no bonuses.
Damn it. Okay.
I saw that it changed to success. He rolled a 78 on a 78.
Ah.
Hey, tried to make one
Win
person
the win,
happy.
damn it.
Yeah.
Didn't make no one happy. 78 on a 70, the worst roll. Exactly your skill. Yeah, you sneak into the fucking window. Good for you.
Yay!
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and it
turns out,
pinged it too. Ah.
yeah. Turns out you're in the locker room. It's the locker room window because they stink, and you're in the locker room.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. And you can hear
I
whistling.
will.
You can hear whistling from the locker room attendant as he's cleaning something.
Where is he in comparison to me? Like, can I see him down the hall? Like, what is the layout? I guess I should say, so I can figure out where I am in relative to him.
We'll say that there's a couple like rows of lockers, and you think he's behind like one of these rows, so you can like sneak around them, and you look around and guessing that they're probably alphabetical order. You can probably sneak around and get to Stefano Rossi's locker and stick within like behind one of these rows of lockers. But you need to like be quiet, flipping through his locker, like making sure you go through his locker and do it quietly while you're Otherwise,
Okay, so because he's not wearing any ear coverings, it's just bald ear. No,
that's just
I
dude,
mean I don't
the
know.
dude cleaning stuff.
All right, I'm gonna sneak to hopefully his locker. I'm gonna be
you don't have to
very.
sneak to his locker. You're already sneaking. Yeah, you
Oh,
can get to his
well then
locker
I'm just
easily.
gonna quietly make my way over.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try to open this locker.
Yeah, you
Okay. And then I will like very slowly, because I'm assuming this is metal, like inspect things quickly but quietly, so I'm not in there for any longer than I need to be.
give me an search check. It's investigation, isn't it? Is it search or is it just?
I think it's the spot hidden, ain't it?
It's just spot hidden.
Yeah, I
isn't
think
it?
spot hidden is well. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Spot
spot
hidden.
hidden. Just give me.
It's the
I was gonna
perception
say
roll of Call of Cthulhu.
I
Yeah,
I
just
Yeah.
hope
give me
it's
spot
that
hidden.
because I still my sheet is still fucked up, but I can't see like the bottom half of my skills. But that's okay. You said spot hidden, right?
Give me and spot hidden check. Yes, please.
Spot hidden.
I
All
bet
right.
your sheet's halfway off the screen. You just need to grab the bar at the top maybe and drag it up.
No, I have it literally all the way up at where I
Uh,
can on Chrome, and it's just I will reset later. It's not that big of a deal. It's just thankfully no skills have been
Oh, it's
like
a big deal.
cut off.
It's a
Yeah.
big deal.
Mm.
I was gonna say
So
this
yes,
little arrow in the bottom right hand corner. You can click and drag that.
I literally like it's cut off to the point I don't even see the bottom.
Yeah.
Like it cuts off right at 25, 16, 99, 99, and I
It got me.
cannot like move it. So I'm sure it's just a reset thing. I'll figure it out later.
Yeah, that
Spot hidden, you say?
Mhm.
Okay. Do I get any bonuses?
No.
Damn. Okay.
What do you think this is? Sesame Street?
Yes.
oh
Oh God. Well, I tried.
Yeah. I mean, you look through his locker. There doesn't seem to be anything of note there. It's
It just looks normal.
yeah. I mean,
I
there's
mean,
gloves. There's like trunks. There's a couple towels. Nothing.
Okay.
you could push your roll, but
You could push
I
your roll.
only
Yeah,
have 7 luck.
you could spend more time to like keep flipping through to like look more deeply through his locker. Yeah, you could spend
Where
more time to push this roll.
where
Absolutely,
is
it's a
this
great
guy
call.
in comparative to me now? Like, is he on the way back or is he
No,
still
he's
like
15
heading
feet.
down one?
He's like 50 feet near the door, near the entrance to like the locker room. Yeah,
Okay. I'll
I'm
push
assuming
it.
if you push the
Screw
roll,
it.
failing, him
yeah.
seeing you on a fail would be one of the options.
Most likely that's what's gonna happen. Is
Yeah.
you would like do he would probably turn around and see you.
Do I just roll again? Is that how that works?
Yep.
Okay. I got the check
Woo!
mark. A 12. Heck yeah.
Freaking got it.
Okay.
Hard success.
Woo.
Yeah. You did, so I don't know if you all had his address, did you?
No, I think we just had a name.
Mhm.
I think.
Yeah, I don't remember getting an address.
So I think you find, you find a piece of mail with his home address on it for sure, which you can snag that if you want to. You also find a like
I snag.
um you find a family photo, which in the 1920s, right? Like he had to go to a photo like shop to have taken. Um, Someone's wearing their like Sunday best, and it's him, his wife, and three little kids. They all look like well under 10. Um, Two boys and a little girl, and it looks like the cutest family ever, right? Like he's this big, hench looking heavyweight boxer. His wife is like, very like not prim and proper, but very like sweet, um, kind of small and prim. And then these like three little kids, and they're like clearly trying their hardest to like maintain like a small position, like or maintain a still position for this photo. And it's just a very happy family. And besides all of his boxing equipment, um, you've got this piece of mail that's unopened and this family photo. Those are the only two pieces of like, those are the only two things that are not to do with him with like training inside his locker. There's
Is
nothing.
there
There's no like steroids. There's no like mercury that he's injected into his gloves. There's no like. There's
Okay.
nothing like incriminating in his locker. There's nothing that seems odd. Everything seems perfectly normal in his locker, basically, with your hard success.
Is there anything on the back of the photo? Like, did he write anything on the back?
It's just everyone's names, Stefano, Juanita, Ava, Anthony, and I forgot the other boy's name. Give me a sec.
It is a weird name.
Yeah. I forgot the other boy. Is the
So Juanita, Anthony, and then what were the other two?
Figured out who the middle
Ava.
child was.
Ava, and
Ava.
now it's the oldest son. I forgot. Always, because he's got the most to do. Let me see here. Almost there. Almost there. Nope, not almost there. There it is. Of course, the most Italian names: Alberto, Anthony, and Ava. Ava's. Yeah. Alberto, Anthony, Ava, Juanita, Stefano.
Okay. Since I don't see anything else in there and everything else looks normal, I am gonna sneak back out.
Are you leaving the picture?
Of course I'm leaving the picture. He needs the picture. He's not gonna miss a piece of mail.
Will you give me a psychology check?
Okay.
Just to do it.
Because, you know, I
Just
know
for
the most
funsies.
about psychology, let me tell you.
As a mother yourself. Yeah.
Oh.
Looking at
Ooh,
this
a
man
20.
in this picture,
Uh-huh.
you see a father who and a mother. You see two parents who absolutely like their three children are their entire lives. Like they like even in the picture as these kids are like struggling, like trying their hardest to stay still because in the 1920s even in the 1920s for like this family portrait, like they've got to stay at least still for a little while. Like they're trying their hardest. You just see the absolute love pouring out of these parents' faces. You could just see that you can almost feel the love that these two parents have for their kids. It's like almost disgusting. Yeah, it's almost sickening. You know, like this dude must be guilty because he loves his kids so much.
I keep that little tidbit.
Yeah.
And I leave.
Especially with the hard success. Nobody that
Yes.
loves their kids that much is not guilty. You know?
I mean, I don't know about that.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to hate your kids, otherwise you're not a normal person. Someone without kids. Yeah. Then we cut back to the Sugar Shack. And the Sugar Shack, as opposed to the Cotton Club, shit, even the Lennox Athletic Club is a depressing speakeasy. It is uh, in the basement of a building. There is a like handmade with a wooden sign that says members only. Um, you know, you can pay. It's like $2 to become a member, which is just because they probably need the money. Like you two can pay the $2 if you want to become a member. That's up to you.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to be members of the Sugar Shack.
You pay the $2 to become a member. Yeah, you go and you enter the Sugar Shack and you're members. And it is yeah, it you walk in and it just seems like a speakeasy. It seems like a bar. It's cheap, tawdry. I don't know. Some effort's been put in to like elevate it above like the common neighborhood bar sort of status. There's like a small area set aside for a band. You know, we'll pop back into like some music playing. But you got your local drinkers working, you're drinking after a hard day's work. There are some like ill-informed posers there that's like, hey, we're going up to Harlem to like have a drink. It's going to be a great time. And Shazad, having spent time here, is like, man, this is where you chose to go. Like, you have not come to the right place. Good for you. Uh, and you guys have beaten Job there. So I guess you probably get a drink, sit at the bar at a table. I don't know what's your choice. That's your call.
Probably at a table where we could watch the entrance.
Yeah. So like a kind of little hidden or sort of shadowy table somewhere.
And if there's talking to be done here, you're doing it, Shazad, because we need some fast talking.
Yeah, and some charming.
Yes, I don't do those things.
Maybe some persuading.
That I can do, but
yeah, and,
Uh,
yeah. You guys see like 30 minutes later, takes a little while. Job comes in. You haven't seen him before, so the same description applies. He's got this like receding hairline, this like thin black woolly hair. Will you both either give me uh, first aid or medicine checks?
I'll do first aid. I might
Yeah,
actually be able to do that. Nope.
I don't think anybody has medicine.
I have a 1 in medicine.
damn, no.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's got this like kind of yellowish skin tone. Um, he comes in and his outfit is now like checkered. He's got this like checkered jacket that matches his pants now at least, but it's just like I don't know, red and green checkered tops and bottoms. Um, and he just looks crazy. He sits at the bar. He orders a drink. He's laughing at his own jokes, like smacking waitresses on the backside, just being the most obnoxious and like uh, just absolutely foul, um, like person you know you could get I don't know bar guest you could imagine. He's not a pleasant guy. Um, he's like leaning over to people that are at the bar, like telling jokes, and they're just like, "Fucking dude, leave me alone." You can see his gold tooth shining in the like, little gaslight, um, flickering the light. And he's just like, oh, just having a ball, and yeah, he's just doing his thing.
That man wouldn't know fashion if it vomited on him.
No, and you also couldn't pick up a woman either. But I'm thinking you could buy him one. That might take him out into an alley for us. I mean, that's
Yeah.
no offense to the people in this establishment, but the ladies around here look like an alley is where they go to do those sorts of things.
Yeah, who was it that we said we had to be uh we had to talk to there? Was it
Bruno? Is that it?
Yeah.
Bruce. Or was it Bruce?
We don't
Bruno.
talk about
No.
Bruno.
No,
Wasn't
no,
Bruno.
no, no.
Bruno.
Bruno Bucciarati.
I've met his VA. Very nice.
Did he lick you to see if you're telling the truth or not?
No, thank God. But I mean, he voices so many other people. I am glad he didn't do that. And I didn't get him to sign a Bruno thing. He signed Nouvelette for me because he has Nouvelette and Gidget, and he's Cyclops in the new X-Men 97, and blah, 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 blah. Ray Chase is everywhere. He's great.
Do I just flag down a waitress and ask to talk to Bruce?
Bruno?
I don't know. I've never been in a speakeasy trying to buy a hooker for somebody.
Okay, yeah. She goes, Bruce? She looks at you questioningly.
I don't remember his name.
It's Bruno. I'm pretty sure it is
Bruno.
Bruno.
Okay, Bruno.
She looks at you. I don't know who you're talking about.
Mr. Draco.
Will you? That's just odd because yeah, you light it. Will you give me a fast talk roll?
Did I click on the right one? Well, apparently I can't do that.
She goes, he does not come here, and we don't allow him here anymore. But if you want to speak to him, I guess you can go to the market.
And where would that be?
She writes an address down and gives it to you.
Thank you. And I'll give her a tip.
Nods and looks a little offended, but walks off. It's called the market.
Well, then who's in charge of the whores around here?
Yeah.
Maybe you just seduce a woman directly, Shazad. You're
Yeah,
tall,
see,
dark, and well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
hey, that song ain't
Thanks.
gonna come out for 70 years. You see Job like talk to the bartender. Bartender brings over like a phone. He like starts making a phone call.
I'd like to listen in on what he's saying.
Yeah, I would be trying to listen as well.
Yeah, we're looking for a hard success. Odd success. It's odd.
Oh, come on.
Ooh, oh.
Ah, so close.
So close. You
What do I
spend
need
that
in
luck.
luck? Is that 2 luck?
Pretty close.
Spend 6 luck to bypass.
It'd be, yeah, 20. It'd be more than
6,
5.
yeah. Spend 6.
Yeah, we'll do the 6 to pass.
Okay.
Yeah. You hear him go, yeah, she ready? No, I'm just waiting. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, the market. All right, I'll meet you there. No, I'm close. Yeah, Sugar Shack. No. 10 minutes. All right. Hangs up. And he gets up, looks at the bartender, goes, I'll square up with you tomorrow. Turns around and kind of stumbles out of the bar and walks out.
I think we ought to follow that man now.
Yeah, I think so too.
See if we can find a dark, quiet spot to have a conversation with him.
Yeah.
Steve, what are you doing? Looking for chicks.
I mean, would there even be any? We're staying at the Roosevelt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna disturb Jack at his club when we don't really have anything. I'm gonna go back to the Roosevelt and go to my room and open the mail because I'm curious.
Okay. Yeah. 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 You go back to the hotel. You open it up, and it is a letter from a real estate agent with potential listings. I guess this is audio for the boys for they're like on the street, but it's a letter from the real estate a real estate agent about potential like house listings, and they are all on. I don't know if this is like era appropriate, but basically they're all like on Long Island or basically outside the city and near like on the water. They're all places that are all like on the ocean, either on in New York City, but like on Long Island. I still don't know if Long Island is like part of New York City, but um, either immediately in New York City on the water or upstate New York on the water, even going out to like farther outside of New York, upstate New York on the water. I guess that would be a Connecticut, um, New England on the water. It's just a real estate agent giving him like potential homes that he could potentially buy, and they are like 4-bedroom, couple bathroom houses and prices, and just all these various listings, and when he could put an offer in, what it would cost, when he could close, things like that. It's always just like listings on moving in.
Interesting. Um, this, since I know nothing, I
You
also
know a lot. You know
assuming,
more than anyone else.
well, I mean about New York and such, about America. And I am going to go back to Club Deluxe and tell Mr. Johnson about this, since he might know if there's any relevance, because the boys are busy. Any relevance as to why he would specifically want this. Like, I don't know if he knows something about him that I don't know, try to
Okay.
keep him in the loop.
Yeah. Thea gets in a cab. We see Thea getting in a cab. Cut back to the boys on the street. Following. You guys are you guys jumping Job and gonna pull him aside? What's the plan here?
If we find if we can find a spot that's quiet enough that we feel like we
Yeah.
can do that without getting caught, I think that's the way to go.
You guys think you find a spot that's quiet enough? Give me a luck roll.
Ooh, who's got the higher luck right now?
Yeah, who's got the lower luck right now is the question. Is who should roll it?
Yeah, I was gonna say I have 42 right now.
Are we wanting to fail it?
No, it should the luck group luck roll is always who has the lowest luck that rolls.
Oh, okay.
Then I
Sorry.
guess
Well,
that would be me.
yeah,
Damn,
I have
you rolled
42. I know.
Yeah, that's my bad. That's on me. Oh fuck
I
yeah!
rolled even better.
Yeah, you see the best alleyway. You see like that's it. That's it. There's it's the street lights out. It's silent. There's nobody around. There are no bars or anything nearby. Yeah, it's the spot. You don't know that. You feel like you see a spot, and the audience goes, "God damn, that's the perfect spot to jump somebody." So glad they chose that spot.
There's a big fourth wall breaking sign there that says perfect place.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. clippy little Microsoft Word clip art goes, "This is the best spot to dump somebody." Fun fact. Yeah, that's your Amazon Prime.
Like when
So,
you
yeah, how do
ask
you guys?
where to dump a body, or a
Yeah.
Siri, you used to ask Siri to do that.
So you guys, how do you jump in? Man, what a choice.
Um,
Yeah.
well, if Shazad can catch his attention, get him to turn around, I don't know, ask him for time or something, I can probably basically just tackle him into the alley.
Yeah.
Just football tackle him into the alley, just into the darkness.
And then go for a full Nelson. No one can escape a full Nelson.
Impenetrable hold. All right, Shazad, will you give me a fast
Like
talk roll?
okay, I could try.
Well, I guess, yeah. We'll see if if it gives. Yeah. All right, then Yang, you can give me a brawl check with advantage.
Oh,
Hey man, you got the time? What kind? That's a nice watch there. What kind is it? And you just run straight into him.
He goes to pull out a pocket watch, and he goes, "Oh shit, I dropped it." Tries to reach over him. And he goes, "What you trying to do here?"
fuck it.
You can
Help
only
me out
spend
here.
you can only spend 7 more luck.
You
Man,
can
I
spend
don't want
7
to
luck to grab him, or you could just, or the jig is up, and he knows you're trying to grab him, or you could hard success try to convince him otherwise. I mean, I'll say hard success try to convince him otherwise. Yeah.
Hmm. So what do we want to do?
Hard success. Hard success. I'll say hard success try to convince him otherwise. I mean, at this point, yeah, you've got both of you trying to grab him. He can dodge or fight back at this point. Um,
I'm just
well, yeah,
asking him about the time in his watch.
yeah,
This crazy
yeah.
man over here's the one who just attacked him. I don't know what was going on.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
um, yeah, I feel like we've got with that luck roll, the spot we're in. I feel like if I fail
Or you can
this,
spend the luck. Yeah. Or you can spend the
we
luck.
we've got a good spot we can kind of fight him down at. So
You can find him.
does Shazad want to try and grab him?
I mean, I can, yeah.
Wait, he spins around to look at me trying to grab him.
He goes, "What the hell?" He goes, "Hey, what tarnation?"
And
Not really.
I could just pick him up
1920.
and just move him into the alley.
All right, yeah, give me a brawl check. He'll try to dodge. The contender, Job Elliott. He has got a dodge check. 14. He's not going to dodge that. He's going to die. You try to grab him. He goes, kind of like, he's a little oily. You kind of try to grab him even through his, like, you grab his, like, hand maybe, and it, like, slips out. And he goes, ah, Jesus. And, yeah, he ain't having it. Excuse me, mister. So it's like that, is it? And let me see his decks as we can roll into initiative. I think he's got shitty decks. And that's Shazad. You up first. Go again.
I mean, I'm gonna try and do the same thing. Just
Yep.
grab him and walk him in.
Who will? I guess he'll fight back. Just try to punch you. Then you try to grab him. Nope. Ooh, 100. Definitely not.
Oh,
He punched himself.
Yeah.
he
Yeah, you
punched, whiffed,
absolutely
turned him
grab him.
around, just right into my arms.
Yeah, he goes, slips out of your first attempt. He goes, turns to look at Yang and goes, today, mister. And Yang, and it's pretty quick amongst the three of you. Shazad grabs him and has like both of his arms around his face. Goes, and just carries him into this dark alleyway. And the next thing we know, we have a scene with him like just bear hugged by Shazad, and he's just like, what's the meaning of this? Why are you guys doing this to me? And I'll show you a picture of him. Yeah, I think with a like that, he's right there.
Holy shit, those are some creepy
Yeah,
eyes.
yeah, yeah.
What do you guys? What do you guys want?
Well, Yang, it looks like you're doing the talking, since I'm doing the holding.
Just just calm down there. We just want to ask some questions, get some answers. You do that, nobody gets hurt.
This is a funny way to do it.
So we know you're managing Rossi.
Yeah, he's my cousin.
And where this sudden fighting prowess come from?
What?
Your man went from being a so-so boxer to getting older and becoming an undefeated boxer. That's not the way this works. And a man died after fighting him.
Sure. He you know, he helped him. No, well, I mean, he stopped listening to that fool, Charisi. Pretty easy. Stop listening to Charisi. It's pretty easy.
I think
Stop
it's
taking
more than
diets.
I think it's more than that, and I don't think you and your brother are longtime managers with lots of history in training boxers either.
Can you give me a psychology check?
Yes. Damn.
It's odd. You can give one too, and you're both listed in there listed.
Okay. You said psychology?
Yeah.
Damn. Fuck.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it like he's scared, and he's making a compelling case from all of the evidence you've been presented that like, yeah, you know his last manager was crooked. He stopped taking dives. You guys don't know that Fee has not that Fee snuck into his locker and found no incriminating evidence. So it's like, but taking that into account, like he's like, yeah, he goes, look, why don't either one of you can make it an intimidate check because like Shazad has him like in a bear hug, so whoever wants to, I'll take it. It's fine. But either one of you can make an intimidate check, whoever has
Only
the
have a 15. Are you doing any better?
Same here.
yeah, either one of you can make it. That's okay.
If I whip out my knife, can I do it with a bonus die?
I think you can. Either one of you can do it with advantage based on the situation.
Okay. Still a long shot, but let's hope.
Yeah.
Do you want both of us to roll it or no?
No, just one of you.
Okay, well, it's
He goes,
yeah.
Look, he is our cousin, and we ran across him when we were down here, and sure enough, he was done wrong by his manager, and he was having him take dives, and we just stopped having him take dives. He's a
Why
strong,
was why was his
and
manager having him take dives?
because the guy was fucking crooked. The guy's just a shitty manager. He just he's
So
all
he
the standards of other
And
was he
what
fighters.
about
was he cooking the
And what about
books?
No, he picks up officers that are, you know, on the up and trains them to take dives on, on the sly, and he finds people to place bets for him, and he makes a quick buck. And then when the bookies catch on, he drops the fighters and he picks up a new guy. And we said, "Hey, that's our cousin. We're not going to stand for that." And Stefano's a strong guy, so we said, Steffi, you can do better, and he does. And that's guys. There's no real need to get this violent. We're just looking out for our family.
Well, then what about the dead boxer?
I- It's a it's a tough game, man. It's a dangerous sport.
The-
Bad things happen to good people. You know.
Can I make a psychology check on that one?
Sure. Yeah.
Come on, something work right. Woo! It's a success.
He says bad things happen to good people, but he also he man, that's a lot of context to say in one statement. Whatever. Yeah, this. I mean, it's so much context to say in a lie. He doesn't believe that he does believe that yeah, bad things happen to good people. He's also but I am also profiting off of it. He's like, yeah, bad things happen to good people, but the benefit that it happened that he's or maybe even maybe even that psychology check, you're like, come on, that's not the end of it. You press him on it a little bit, and he goes, yeah, but the the press that Steffi got off of that has. I mean, he's only a fight or two away from a world title shot. Do you know what that could do for him? For us? Sure, Sir Lance died, but Steffi's got 3 kids, man, and me and Nahum. I mean, all of us. We could be rolling in it. And you immediately see that he doesn't really care. He doesn't really care about the guy dying. He's like, yeah, the guy died, but oh well. It's just it was a speed bump on their road to success, and it means nothing for him. Is kind of the context of it. He's like, yeah, whatever. That's it's. But guys, you get yeah, guys, you kind of lonely tonight. You looking for some fun? I don't know why he's gotten so high pitched after being choked by Shazad. That's the way the conversation's gone.
Oh boy!
Oh boy! Jeez! Oh jeez! Staring in his eyes. I feel like that's the only way. Is what it's gonna go.
I'll look at Shazad. What do you think, man? I ain't into hurting good people, but I also ain't into letting good people get hurt.
Yeah.
Do we think this is all on the up and up? I'll look back at him. One more question before we just come into any decisions. Who works more of the behind the scenes stuff, you or your brother? Because I hear your brother's more of the businessman. You're more of the partier.
Well, no, I do most of the negotiating.
What's your brother do then?
He's much of the bookkeeping, I guess. Yeah, the bookkeeping.
So did he hesitate on anything or anything, or did that just kind of come out straightforward?
Give me a psychology check. Yeah, I think that's the best way to interpret that.
Both of us again.
Yeah, you can do both of you again.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
No. We are just sucking this up.
Yeah. Yes, we are.
He is the talker of the two. I mean, as shittily as I'm portraying it. They're weird. They're weird dudes. So it's also hard to read how they're just weird. They're just weirdos. So, it's, they're weirdos and they also suck. Like you saw him interacting with like the bartender and like being a shitheel. Like so, like he's lying or he's not, or so it's like how do I read a guy who sucks? So he's like, yeah, I do the talking, he does the books, I guess. Yeah. He's like, okay, so that's new.
And does anyone train Rossi?
Yeah. That was one of his stipulations when we took him on. He wanted to keep Tubby on. Said he owed him for all the years of taking falls.
I don't think we're gonna get anything out of him. Anything
No.
useful, at least.
Guess let the man go on his way then.
Yep.
Sorry for scaring you. We just know something's going on somewhere and we're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, sure thing. And he like look over me, like fixes his suit and straightens his tie and gives you a smile with his like gold tooth, and his teeth are kind of like all small and close together. Maybe a few more of them than you feel like there should be. And he walks off. Huh. Weird
Did
fellas.
he? So one other. Did he smell weird when we were dealing with him?
Give me a spot hidden check, I guess. There's no smell check. Yeah.
Smell check. That's just funny.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do one too?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you were like,
I was wrapped up into him, so do I get an extra?
yeah. Yeah. Why not? Yeah. Give me a bonus. Die.
Okay. I'll do a bonus die.
Oh,
Heck yeah, bonus
11.
die.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he smelled uh for Yang, like he smelled like heavily, like he douses him, he like bathes in cologne, right? Like he just he machine guns that shit on him. But for for Shazad or for Yang, he machine guns cologne on him. For Shazad, it's like there's a lot of cologne, kind of like your boy,
Yeah.
Larkin. But underneath it, there's a little fishy odor almost to him. A little
Oh, Lord.
it's a little yeah, it's a little yeah, like a little.
Oh, fella didn't grow up in a town called Innsmouth, did he?
Nah, he's just a New Englander, man. He's just from New England. That's all you know about him. He's from New England. Yeah, just a good old New England boy. Him and his brother Nahum. Those big old eyes.
Weird
That
name,
receding
weird
hairline.
looking guy. Eyes don't look right. Teeth look weird. You say he smells like fish. Bathes in cologne. The
Kinda
hell is
sounds like
going on here?
You guys give me, well, I guess Yang, because you were the one talking to him. Will you give me a spot hidden check? Oh, hell yeah.
Oh,
As
oh
he
heck.
yeah.
walks away, you think about it and you realize through that whole conversation, you don't think he blinked once. And that's where we'll end it. Yeah. And oh man. We are just a pinky toe into the streets
Wow.
of New York City. Uh,
Mm.
maybe a pinky toenail. A little bit. He's a little dude hanging out in New York, just enjoying his time. But yeah,
Mm.
yeah. See what happens. Meanwhile, Fee's gonna go up and hang out with. I guess we'll a little post television credit scene. I think so we know where to pick up next time. You let Jack know about the fact that Rossi's looking at houses. He shrugs and says, "Yeah, he's on track for like a world title shot. Like, why would he not be looking for big houses?" Um, and then the three of
Okay.
you are going to be meeting at um, back at the hotel. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That would be my assumption, maybe at the bar.
Yeah, and perhaps Robert is going to be getting into town a little early.
All right.
And
Maybe he can bond with these guys over water and solve all of our problems.
I don't know. That's a
Yeah.
weird thing to say.
Maybe.
Oh, that's why the water is clicking now. But of course, my
Yeah.
character doesn't know that. Yep.
Yeah. Our characters don't know, but I fully know now.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing to say. And that would be the 17th. Man, I just want to freaking play New York. Just run a session every day. But yeah, 17th. That's 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have a birthday party to go to currently, but it's supposed to be over at 4. So I think I should be fine back in time, but just in case if anything delays me, I could be a little late.
Okay.
Okay.
Okie dokie. I should be good.
Yeah,
Wisdom.
I'm good.
All right.